Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis, e mult mai greu când ai un scop de atins. Te uiți pe lângă tine, vezi cine a supraviețuit. Câți din ei se luptă să trăiască cum ar trebui. O inimă mare, doi plămâni ca să respir. O inimă mare, mă inspiră zi de zi. Fă din șansa ta un vis, fă din șansa ta un vis împlinit, fiindcă avem o singură viață. De ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Ce ale, 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 nu știu ce să aleg. Dar ce ale, 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 ale. Nu te teme de moarte că nu-ți mai trăiești viața. Pune zâmbetul pe față dimineața. Du-te, ia legume fresh, fă-ți viața. Pune doar ce trebuie în trupul ăla ca un rasa. Niște mișcare ca să ungă carcasa. Binecuvântare nu e lumea prea razna. Alegerile noastre ne fac să simțim asta. Atât de multe drumuri eu, yeah. De alei, de alei, de alei, de alei. Dar ce alei, 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 alei.
Știi, avem o singură viață și nu
știu
prea
ce să aleg.
merită să ne stresăm în fiecare zi pentru toate mizeriile.
Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. One life, one life. One life, one life, one life. One life, one life, one life, one life. Learn it, love it, live it. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Avem o singură viață, de ce să o pierdem cu detalii care nu-s necesare? Umplem iar pahare până la refuz, yeah. Așa îmi vine și mă și amuz uneori. Nu știu încă de unde am venit, ce caut aici. Plecam cu coada între picioare, acum scap de afiș. N-aveam răbdare să ascult deloc, acum taci. Și răspund după ce înțeleg ce-ai zis. Se simte timpul cum trece sau noi cum trece prin timp. Trăiesc momentul de față ca să-mi creez amintiri. Țin de familie, de prieteni, de cine-i loial, loial. Restul voia sorții, scuze, mă cheamă propriu destin. Totuși te simt, o singură șansă avem cu sorii. Sipim focul deschis.
Hi and welcome everyone to another deadline stream on my channel. Really good to see you all here again. Good evening. Sorry for the late stream. Obviously just came back from work, so yeah, just turned up the stream, and yeah, thanks a lot for joining. Really appreciate it. How are you firstly, guys? And again, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Hi Eliker, salut Ionuț, hi Jeremy Baker, thank you so much guys for being here. How are you doing? How are we? I think that this is going to be a more easier stream for me, because pretty much my decisions are locked in at the moment. But yeah, 6 people already. Thank you so much, guys, for liking this stream, for sharing if you want. Yeah, 2 hours and almost half an hour till the gaming 2 deadline. I think that we're going to discuss a little bit about what happened also in gaming 1 tonight, because I saw a lot of people being frustrated with their gaming 1 ranks and all that stuff. But again, guys, I just would advise you to try to be patient a little bit, try to relax a little bit. It's just one gaming. That doesn't define for sure your FPL season. And again, I didn't have the best start or something like that. I finished on 55 55 points in game week 1, but again, I'm pretty happy with all my decisions at the moment. Hi Florin, thank you so much for joining. Hi Rizwan Ali also, thank you so much, really good to see you here. Hi Dennis, just send my tweet on Twitter. Yeah, we're going to take a look also on your team, but again, what I probably will say to everybody on this stream, if you planned enough for game week 1, I'm really sure that you have a decent team, and in most cases you don't really need a transfer. You don't really need to use a transfer in game week 2. That would be my general advice for game week 2. But again, if you really have major problems, then of course you can use a transfer. But yeah, I just think that it's going to be really important to try to save transfer, especially in game week 1. You don't really need to rush your decisions, because you saw in these days a lot of things are going to happen in the transfer market. We still have 2 weeks until the final of August, or maybe just 1 week or something like that, but a lot of transfers are going to happen. Strand Larsen, Newcastle, we know that they are looking for a forward. We don't know exactly at the moment which forward they are going to buy. We don't know if Isak is going to play for Newcastle this season. So yeah, I would just try to hold your transfers at the moment. But yeah, of course, I can take a look at your team till we wait. And then I'm going to also show you my team. Now, yeah, let's move here. And also, guys, remember with 2 hours before the deadline to start the countdown, because I always forget to do that. Now, yeah, like this, okay. So for gaming 2, you're locked in. Bench boost active also. Okay, so you're using your bench boost. That's really nice. Henderson, perfectly fine. Anderson, Esteve, Milenkovic, Reinders, Tielemans, Mohamed Salah, Palmer, Ndoye, or Ndoye, Gyökeres, Watkins, amazing. You're captaining Watkins, a really nice punt. If you really want to go there, I think that it is not a big problem. Obviously, I would be tempted, to be honest with you, with someone like Gyökeres, knowing that Havertz is going to be out, but yeah. So your bench boost pretty much, to be honest with you, I always try to put my strongest 11. Now, don't get me wrong, maybe this is your strongest 11, which you put up there, but João Pedro for me would be a starter in this team, and probably instead of someone like Tielemans or Ndoye. So I'm just going to pretend that those players are going to be on your bench. So let's say Dubravka, Van de Ven, Aaron Bissaka, and let's say Tielemans. So again, I think that that's a decent bench boost. Again, a lot of people are stressing too much about the bench boost chip. I think that maybe it's not the weaker chip in the game, but I would say that the bench boost and the triple captain are the most useless chips in this game, obviously, because with the wildcard you can get a hell of a lot more points. So yeah, if you can get it out of the way, if you have 4 playing players, I think that's perfectly fine. Now again, Van de Ven, Aaron Bissaka, not amazing to play those defenders on your bench boost, because there are some chances they are both going to concede. But other than that, Dubravka, someone like Tielemans and Ndoye, it's perfectly fine. So yeah, overall, I really like your team. Not too much to say about it. And yeah, if I had the opportunity to use my bench boost, to be honest with you, I would have used it. The only problem is Mark Guyo is not going to get a lot of minutes probably this gaming, so that's what's putting me off a little bit about using my bench boost. This is my team at the moment, and probably this is going to be my team let's be honest, at the end of this deadline stream. So my bench would be Dubravka, Pedro Porro, Arman Bissaka, pretty much like your bench, but also have Mark Guyu, who probably is not going to get a lot of minutes. So I think that I'm going to keep my bench boost at the moment. Let's see, I don't really have a 100% plan on when I'm going to use it, but I definitely would have preferred to use it early to get it out of the way and then to just concentrate about my starting 11. Hi, Filip Radojicic. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. And also, how are you? Thoughts on bench boost cells, Nico Williams, Diouf King? I think that I would do it. Now, I'm not 100% sure about King, but again, I think that he started right in game week 1. He played a lot of minutes, and I think that it is supposed for him to start also against Manchester United. So again, Sels and Nico Williams, I think that are perfectly nice options. Diouf, again, he has a little bit of an attacking threat, and King, I think that I would use the bench boost, to be honest with you. But again, you're not going to have the perfect bench boost maybe ever, so you should just use it when you feel right and when you have those 4 playing players, obviously, because along the season we know that some problems are going to appear into our teams. Some players maybe are going to get injured, some players maybe are going to be suspended, again, some players maybe are not going to start in and at the moment you pretty much know that those players are going to start for you. So I think that I would just use the bench boost. Elikar FC, I'm feeling a Watkins captain as well. Salah might destroy my rank though. I'm really curious about the effective ownership, how it is going to be this gaming, because I'm just not sure that everybody is going to captain Mohamed Salah, right? So definitely, if I had someone like Bukayo Saka, if I had someone like Haaland, probably I would captain them over Salah, but since I don't have them, my only choices are Palmer and Watkins. And don't get me wrong, I talked about them in a video this week. I think that Watkins is a really good option, also a differential if you want to call it like that. And with Palmer, it is just too tough for me to I don't know. I just it just doesn't feel right for me to captain Palmer after his performances, and I understand that maybe this is not the best thinking process or something like that, because Crystal Palace defending amazing in against Chelsea, but Palmer and João Pedro, they were really bad in that game, and I'm just not feeling it. So that's why at the moment my captain is going to be Mohamed Salah. Hi, also Lucas, thank you so much for joining, and also Dope, really good to see you here, guys. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. So again, this is my team. It is pretty much straightforward, so I don't think that I'm going to discuss too much about my team in this stream. My only dilemmas obviously are in defense, because my midfield, Salah, Reinders, Palmer, Wirtz, Rogers, João Pedro, Watkins, it's pretty much picked by itself. So those are going to be my midfielders and my strikers for this gaming for sure. Sanchez, I'm really sure at the moment is going to be my starting goalkeeper, because I don't want to start 2 Burnley defenders. Although on paper, obviously, Sunderland at home is a better fixture than West Ham away, but again, the same. Chelsea are a better defense, a much better defense than Burnley. So I want to try to spread the risk a little bit in that case. And also, I'm pretty much sure I'm going to start Milenkovic and Richards. Although they are starting against each other, it's not great, but to be honest with you, I can see a clean sheet for one of them. I'm not sure for which one of them is going to be. Hopefully it's going to be at least one clean sheet in that game. And with Milenkovic, he has a lot of attacking threat also from set pieces. So yeah, my dilemma is Esteve versus Pedro Porro. And there are pros and cons to both situations. But yeah, do you know who takes penalty kicks at Aston Villa? Probably Tielemans, I would say. I'm pretty sure he's going to take the penalties. Now again, I can't guarantee you that. I can't say it 100%. But from what I know, Watkins, we know that he missed a lot of penalties for Aston Villa. I would love for Watkins to be on penalties, don't get me wrong, or for someone like Rogers. But at the moment, I think that the first penalty taker is Tielemans. So yeah. So yeah, just came back from work. I want to see if there are any more news. Maybe you're going to talk a little bit about today were the press conferences for the games in Gaming 2. Obviously, not a lot of informations. What we know at the moment is that Tosin is back for Chelsea. So if you have someone like Tosin at 4.5 millions, probably I would say he's going to start. Frimpong is injured. Bradley is back in training. I'm not sure if Bradley is going to start for Liverpool though. But again, if you have someone like Frimpong, I would just sell him probably because he's going to miss 2 games. He's going to miss for sure Newcastle and Arsenal until after the international break. Uh, yeah, I want to see if I missed something. Eze obviously transferred to Arsenal. It is not official at the moment, but Eze is going to be an Arsenal player. A shame for FPL because I think that limits a little bit him being an option as an FPL player. Again, I think that it's a nice move for him, obviously, in general, in football, that Arsenal signed Eze, but I just don't think that he's going to go straight into that starting 11 and play 90 minutes every game. Obviously, he's not going to be on penalties. Maybe he's not going to have a lot of set pieces also. So, again, Crystal Palace, if you don't know, played in the knockouts for the Conference League, I think. Hopefully, I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure it's about the Conference League, and they just won 1-0. Now, what does that mean in terms of FPL is that Crystal Palace probably are going to play still a full strength team next week in the second leg. So again, we could see some rotation in the weekend, maybe, but I would not stress too much about that. Could you check my team and let me know whatever I should bench boost? Yeah, for sure. Though you can just write if you want on the chat your bench boost players, and I can say to you if that's a good bench. But in most cases, if you have 4 starting players and maybe 1, 2 with decent fixtures, I would just use the bench boost probably to get it out of the way. Douglas Luiz, obviously Nottingham Forest signed a lot of midfielders at the moment. Now again, I don't think that's going to impact Anderson spot as a starting player for Nottingham Forest right now. But they signed McAtee from Manchester City. They signed Douglas Luiz from Juventus. So again, they are going to have a lot more midfielders to play with, and probably his minutes, Anderson minutes, if you have him into your team, are going to go down a little bit, but I don't think that the impact is going to be that much, and definitely do not sell someone like Anderson at the moment. Just keep him into your team and let's see what's going to happen. I'm really considering playing Poro for the set piece strat. Would you bench from Esteve, Murillo and Diouf? Who would you bench? Probably Diouf, to be honest with you. I think that I would start Murillo because he's really good for defensive contributions, and yeah, I would start Esteve in pretty much most cases because Burnley have the best fixture they are going to get all season against Sunderland at home. So if you're not going to play Esteve in this game, then you're not going to play him in any game. So yeah, and between Pedro Porro and the Kuiper, he played 90 minutes in the first gaming. To be honest with you, I think that I would play the Kuiper. Maybe an unpopular opinion, maybe a little bit more risk attached to that, because with the Kuiper, although he started 90 minutes and he played 90 minutes in game week 1, I'm just there is that risk maybe for him to not get 90 minutes every game week, or maybe even to be benched in some game. And with Pedro Porro, you know that he's going to start. Obviously, he's the starting defender, but I just think that I think that Spurs are going to concede against Manchester City, so that's pretty much my reasoning about benching Pedro Porro and starting Esteve. I want to try to target the possibility of a clean sheet at least, and yeah, the pros obviously for Pedro Porro is that they are going to play probably a 5 at the back formation. He's going to play maybe more advanced. He's going to be on a lot of set pieces, so definitely he could get some attacking returns, but I don't know. Also easily Manchester City could score 2 or maybe even 4 goals, something like that against Spurs. So he's going to get minus points if that's going to happen. But yeah, hi Kotak. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Good to see you here. Thoughts on Arias? Uh, Again, I said it in one of my videos. Now that was before Reindeer's rise in price. Uh, if you have some doubts into your mind that maybe he's not going to start this game week, I think that again, if you really want to make a transfer in game week 1, selling someone like Arias to Reindeers is not such a bad idea. If you don't have, if you have some doubts, obviously, about him starting now, if I would like to if I was to give my opinion, I think that Arias is going to start. I think that he's going to be a starter for Wolverhampton at some point. That's just my honest opinion. I'm going to try to see if Victor Pereira said something in his press conference about that. But I think that he's going to. I would predict him to start, but again, I could be wrong, obviously, about that. So yeah, if you really want to sell him, now I wouldn't do that because you can't buy Reinders, you can, and for someone like Anderson, probably I would just keep Arias if you didn't sell him early. So yeah. Arias looked promising when he came on. Yeah, I mean, he's an... Thank you so much, Ned, for subscribing to this channel. Hopefully you're going to get the green arrow. Yeah, thanks a lot for being here on the stream, for subscribing. Really appreciate it. And hopefully you're going to enjoy the stream and the content, obviously, on this channel. Thanks a lot again. So yeah, let me just see if... let's just go through maybe a little bit to see what happened today in the press conferences. I didn't have a lot of time at work to watch them, but pretty much I got the most ideas. Not a lot of major changes to my plan. So okay, so let's move here to I'm going to search Fantasy Football Scout because they are pretty much doing a resume on all the press conferences for today. And yeah, let's just look together if you want, obviously. So also from Bournemouth, I saw what Iraola said about Kluivert. So Kluivert is looking better, but let me just light this a little bit. He said that Kluivert is getting better, but this game probably it is a little bit too soon for him. So there is another chance of someone like Evan Nilsson or Semenyo to be on penalties, if you have them, obviously, or if you want to make some transfers. I think that Evan Nilsson and Semenyo are decent options. Again, if you really want to make a transfer, I would advise anyone to try to roll the transfer, especially this game week. I also have Ndoye from Forest, work game week 1, not very sure. Yeah, I mean, if you gone with those players, I think that you just keep them because at least you know that they are going to start, right? And you just assess in game week 2, game week 3. It is really important. You don't want to make a lot of transfers, obviously, in game week 1. A lot of things are going to change. We have information for just one game week, so not a lot of information. And a lot of things are going to change in the next period, especially with the transfer market. Hi Anant Vijay Trivedi, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. Kevin Dewsbury Hall or Pedro Porro? That's a tough question. I think that I would start Kevin Dewsbury Hall. Had a good game, played as a 10, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Leeds were really good in that game against Everton, I saw that. And Everton weren't amazing attacking wise, but I think that with Dewsbury Hall, you know that he's going to play as a number 10 or as a number 8. That's still good. I would start the midfielder instead of Pedro Porro. Hi Saraj, thank you so much for joining the stream. Haaland or Watkins? Haaland or Watkins with Wood, who's better? I mean, I mean, I can't really say which comparison is better because it's about one player versus two. So definitely Watkins and Wood is better than only Haaland, I would say. Your prediction for Burnley versus Sunderland, uh, a 0-0, a 1-0 to Burnley, that would be my prediction. Again, they obviously played in the championship last season. If you look into how those games gone last year, they are pretty much low scoring games. Now, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen in the Premier League, but I would predict a 0-0 or a 1-0 for Burnley, something like that. They are playing at home. First game at home in the Premier League. I think that Burnley are going to be up for it. Now, let's move again to the press conferences. Guardiola out is a pretty big news, which I omitted maybe. Now, I mean, for this week I have budget where I can take Haaland or Watkins. Which one? I don't really understand the question, Cyrus. So you want to make a transfer? You want? Just tell me which player you want to sell to buy Haaland or Watkins or Wood. I don't really understand your question. Sorry, that's maybe my understanding, but again, I would advise you to try to not make transfers. It really depends which players you have into your team. If you have someone like Watkins, I would not sell him for Haaland, or the same for everyone. So for this week, if you ask me, I think that Haaland is the best option from those three, then Watkins, then Wood. So this is the order: Haaland, Watkins, Wood. So Guardiola is out. I really don't know what's going on with Guardiola. We knew before Game Week 1 that he was not going to play in Game Week 1, but it's looking like he's not going to play also in Game Week 2. So if you have Enury, great news for you. Wissa also from Brentford, he's back in training with the team, and there are some chances Wissa is going to start. So again, I don't think that you guys have a lot of defenders from Aston Villa, so don't need to worry too much about that. So for Aston Villa, Ezri Konsa obviously is going to be suspended for one game week. Martinez is back. Barkley and Andres Garcia remain injured. For Nottingham Forest, again, the new signings pretty much: McAtee, Hutchinson, Douglas Luiz, and Kalimuendo will be assessed ahead of Sunday. So at the moment, no impact really for FPL. This is pretty much interesting news. I was a little bit surprised when I saw it. So Thomas Frank said that right now he is my starting 9. He scored 2 top goals, and he was talking about Richarlison. So again, really happy I didn't start the season with someone like Solanke, but really curious to see what's going to happen when Solanke is going to be back. For Crystal Palace, Richards and Tariq Mitchell were rested in the Europa Conference League game, so good news for me as an owner. So for Spurs, Udogi is still too soon to play in Game Week 2. Richarlison is the starting number 9 at the moment. Wissa could play. Damsgaard is back in contention after missing Game Week 1. So he's not injured or something like that. I did free it, so I'm trying different combination. Oh, okay, so you're on a free it. Now I get it, Sairaj. I made a video also yesterday about my free team. On a free it, I would go, to be honest with you, with Haaland and Gyökeres for sure on a free it, because I want to go a little bit different. Gyökeres, probably his minutes are going to go up now that Havertz is going to miss injured, so I would go definitely for Haaland and Gyökeres. And then if you want to have also someone like Watkins, that was my front three line on my free draft: Haaland, Watkins, and Gyökeres. But again, I'm not sure if I would go for Wood, to be honest with you, on a free, because I think that there are better options. I also have the Kuiper and Bowen. Yeah, I would start the Kuiper, as I said before, over someone like Poro probably. Yes, I have them, Gyökeres and Haaland. That's good. I really like them for this game week. to be honest with you. Also guys, consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, and yeah, it is really much appreciated. Mikolenko is still out, Braithwaite, Patterson, these are still out for Everton. Sessegnon and Robinson could be fit for Gaming 2. Now again, not really FPL options at the moment. So for Arsenal, Kai Havertz, as I said before, he has a little bit of a knee injury. We don't know exactly the timeline of the injury. Jesus is out, Norgard is out, Ben White, we don't know if he's going to start, and also Timber didn't take part in the training ground game. Yeah. For Wolverhampton, again, there are a lot of rumors. Newcastle want to buy Strand Larsen from Wolverhampton, but again, Wolverhampton don't really want to sell, so we need to see what's going to happen. Obviously, if you have Strand Larsen, just start him. He's going to play and probably is going to start. For Clivert, as I said before, missed a big part of the preseason. He's back in training, but a little bit too soon for Gaming 2. For Manchester City, Savinho is out, Kovacic, Guardiola, as I said before. Foden and Rodri are back fit for Manchester City. Maybe this is a little bit interesting for some of you. So yeah, I think that this is it. For Newcastle, again, Isak is not going to play against Liverpool, so if you have players like Van Dijk or defenders from Liverpool, definitely I would start them. Yeah, I think this is it. DCL is a we will see, but is in team training. Not really interesting. We talked about a really important thing about Liverpool is that Ryan Gravenberch is going to be back starting in Gaming 2, so we could see some upgrades in Liverpool defense a little bit. Although really interesting to see which player is going to start as a right back for Liverpool. If you ask me at the moment, I would say that someone like Soboslai is going to take that role, because Bradley is not going to be rushed from the start, I think. Now we need to see what's going to happen. So yeah, pretty much this is it. We're going to move back to my team. So yeah. Now, if I talk a little bit about my team, I mean, I talked about my team, right? Now, again, really happy with my team overall. Obviously, would have I preferred to have other players instead of João Pedro, maybe someone like Palmer, maybe instead of someone like Aaron Bissaka. Yeah, of course, but again, I'm not going to use a transfer in Game Week 1 for that. And I'm really happy with how I picked my team for Game Week 1. Although at the moment, as you can see, my rank is 4.2 millions. I'm not really sure how all my seasons were in Gaming 1. Maybe this is one of the worst starts to the season. But again, we have two set of chips that obviously helps. A lot of people pop their chips in Gaming 1. A lot of people are going to use chips in Gaming 2 also. So again, try to not overthink too much about ranks at the moment, because it is too early. And a difference of 10 points is probably worth millions of places or something like that. And again, 10 points is not such a big difference that can be regained. How confident are you in Salah captain? To be honest with you, it's pretty straightforward for me. I want to play it a little bit safe. I trust Salah with my captaincy. I just feel that always it is not such a bad idea. If you want to captain Salah in any given game, I don't think that's a bad idea. And again, with Newcastle, they are a good defense, don't get me wrong, but I just think that Salah is not done as an FPL option. Obviously, that's why I picked him. Obviously, I would prefer. He also delivered in Game Week 1, so I don't really have too many bad words to say about Mohamed Salah. Yeah, Frimpong is going to be out. Bradley probably is not going to start. So again, would I be surprised if Salah scored a brace or a brace against Newcastle away? I would not be too surprised, to be honest with you. But I have more confidence in Mohamed Salah than I have in Cole Palmer at the moment. So that's pretty much why he's my captain. And if we talk a little bit about Watkins, he's also another really nice option. He's not on penalties. That's maybe the difference between them. Obviously, he has a better fixture. I'm not sure if Brentford are going to be that bad every game week like they were against Nottingham Forest. And we know that last season at least Brentford were a tough defense to break at home. So yeah, I no. If you ask me again, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I am confident in Mohamed Salah that he's going to deliver. But again, if it's going to go wrong, hopefully my other players are going to step up. So Sanchez, Nico Williams, Esteve, Anderson, Wirtz, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, Dewsbury Hall, Watkins, Haaland. So your bench boost is Dubravka, Fulkrug, Pedro Porro and Konsa. Just use the bench boost to get it over with. I mean, if you're going to use your bench boost, probably you're going to use a transfer on Konsa, right? If that was your plan to get rid of it in Game Week 2, then it is okay. You can just sell someone like Konsa to, I don't know, 4.5 million defender who has a good fixture. Yeah, obviously it really depends which defender you want to have for the future. But again, if you want to sell Konsa to another defender, then I would use the bench boost. Although the fixtures are not great for Fulkrug and Pedro Porro, it is okay. I think that I would use it if I was in your place. 15 people on this live stream. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Really appreciate it. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, and if you enjoy the content, obviously. And thanks a lot for turning up. Who should I bench out of John Arias, Pedro Porro, Esteve, and Milenkovic? Hi, Morgan Jones. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Good to see you here on the stream. So I would play Esteve. I would play Milenkovic. And yeah, between Pedro Porro and Arias is the question. If you think that Arias is going to start, I would start him over Pedro Porro. If you have some doubts about Arias, I think that I would start Pedro Porro pretty much. So yeah, usually always I would prefer to start the attacker instead of the defender. So yeah, if you have confidence that Arias is going to get at least 60-70 minutes, I would start him over Pedro Porro, I think. As Eze is out, I feel Crystal Palace will stumble. Yeah, that's why also I'm really happy to play Milenkovic and Richards, both of them. Crystal Palace lost the most creative player from their team. Now, I don't think that Crystal Palace are going to be suddenly a bad attacking side. I think that they are going to be fine, but obviously they just lost some creativity with Eze. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good with Milenkovic there. I don't want to use a transfer bench boost with one non-playing asset. If you really want to get rid of the bench boost, you don't really care that much about the score, then you can use it. But I don't know, if I was in your place, probably I would just use the transfer. Although I understand selling someone like Konsa doesn't feel great because he's going to miss just one gaming. So probably I wouldn't. I think that I would delay the bench boost if I was in your case. But again, you can just bench boost in Game Week 3 if you want, and Konsa is going to be back. So again, the fixtures are also going to be probably a little bit better with some of the players onto your team. I don't think that that's going to be such a big problem in Game Week 3 if you want a bench boost. With Eze going to Arsenal, do you think that will make Sar a better FPL asset? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that Sar was already a good FPL asset at that price. I think that he could be great value for the season. He was already nailed. for Crystal Palace. I don't think that he's going to be on set pieces. I don't think that he's going to be on penalties. So it is a really good question. If I am honest, at the moment it could make Sar maybe a weaker FPL asset, to be honest with you, because the creativity is going to be missing for Crystal Palace. So again, I don't think that Sar is going to play as a number 10 or something like that. We need to see how they're going to line up, if they're going to start if they are going to transfer other players instead of Eze, probably. But yeah, to be honest with you, I don't think that that's going to make Eze Sar a better pick without Eze. I think that nah, it's going to be the same with Sar. I don't think that's going to make him a weaker pick or a better pick, to be honest with you. So yeah. Now I want to also take a look here how my team is going to look like in the future. Try to make a little bit of a tinkering with my team. Now we're going to do that on the Fantasy Football Hub. It is a site I use a lot for my content, obviously, and also for my to get the information. Obviously they have a lot of stats here. I have a link in the description if you're interested, if you're going to enjoy it. At the moment, as you can see, they are recommending me to start Dubravka. Now I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to swap. Sorry, I'm just going to start Sanchez here, and yeah, my team is rated 94%, predicted to score 61 points, so better than Game Week 1 at least. So yeah, what you can do here, obviously you can just move to see how your team is going to look like in all the game weeks. You can click optimize. They're going to optimize them by their means. So I'm going to have Sanchez, Milenkovic, Pedro Porro, Richards. Here maybe I could start someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka instead of Richards, but overall happy with my defense. Arsenal, again, it's not nice for Mohamed Salah and Wirtz, a tough fixture. Palmer, Rogers, Watkins, really happy with them. Ryan Deers, again, obviously we need to see how these players are going to do in Game Week 2, and then I'm going to assess. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a transfer already in Game Week 3 or not, depending on how these players are going to perform. If we move to Game Week 4, again, my team looks pretty decent. Milenkovic against Arsenal away, Esteve against Liverpool, not great. Here, to be honest with you, I could start someone like Milenkovic against Arsenal because of the defensive contributions. Wirtz, Salah against Burnley, Ryan is against United. So that's what I picked this team, obviously, for Game Week 1. Watkins, Rogers, really good fixtures. Also the same for Palmer and João Pedro, but hopefully they are going to be better a little bit. In Game Week 5, Milenkovic, Palace, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Crystal, Salah against Everton. In Game Week 5, City are going to play against Arsenal. So again, here I'm going to just start Pedro Porro probably. I'm not sure instead of who, but probably instead of someone like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, something like that. And in Game Week 6, here I could use my Frit because Haaland is going to play against Burnley. If I'm not going to have Haaland into my team by transferring him in, I want to have Haaland here as my captain in Game Week 6. Now, Mohamed Salah against Crystal Palace away is not such a bad fixture or something like that, but obviously Haaland against Burnley is just better. And yeah, overall my team is decent. So again, if you plan correctly, if you save your transfers, if you make transfers when the players are going to have decent fixtures, then again, pretty much always your team is going to be decent. Hi Fresh Fielder, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really good to see you here again on the stream. Good evening Dennis, good evening also to you guys. 21 points, bench boost with Stack and Goodmanson Game Week 1, rolling free transfer this week. That's amazing. That's amazing. 21 points on the bench boost is pretty good. Congrats on going with Stack and Goodmanson. Goodmanson scored a lot of points, right? I mean, both of them scored a lot of points. They were really good against Everton Leeds, so congrats on that. So yeah, this is pretty much obviously they also suggest you a transfer if you wanna have some help with the transfers. Right now they are suggesting selling João Pedro to Mateta. Now I'm not going to do that because I want to save my transfer, but again, it could work out. And also at the moment they have a big discount, 50% discount, and I'm not just saying that because I work with them, obviously, but I think that this is a really useful site. And what I find interesting is that if you're not going to win your mini league, they are going to give you your money back. So it's pretty much a win-win situation for both parties. Is Beto underrated? I don't think so, Saraj, because again, they have also Barry who can play for Everton. So again, I don't think that he's underrated. Everton were really bad against Leeds. Now, again, Leeds were defending decent also. So I'm not really so excited about having players from Everton. And also there is that risk with someone like Beto. For someone like Barry to just came in and start, he has a little bit of a competition. That's what I'm trying to say. Hi Dennis, how are you? Thank you so much, Emery, for joining the stream and for the question. I'm doing fine. Just came back from work. Okay, so obviously I forgot again to start the countdown. Oh man. Samuel, also thank you so much for joining. Really good to see you guys. What's your score prediction for Gaming 2 games? I mean, for the games. Hi Fearless 86, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Who to play, Esteve or Reinildo? That's tough because Reinildo has a little bit more attacking threat. I think that I would start Esteve because he's playing at home, but it's not such a big difference between them, I think. So if I was to predict the scores for the games, let's just see here. So West Ham Chelsea, I would say something like 3-1 or 2-1 for Chelsea. Manchester City Spurs, again 2-1, 3-1 to Manchester City, something like that. Bournemouth Wolverhampton. Here I would say something like 2-2, maybe something like that. Brentford Aston Villa, I expect Aston Villa to score some goals here in this game. So again, I would go for 3-1, something like that. Burnley Sunderland, again, I predicted. I think that is going to be a 0-0 or a 1-0 to Burnley. Arsenal Leeds. Here I'm going to go with 2-0 or 3-0 for Arsenal. Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. I wish it's going to end up 0-0, but if I am honest, I think that 1-0 for Crystal Palace or something like that. 1-0. Everton Brighton, this is a tougher game to predict, I think, from my point of view. Now, again, I would say something like 1-1 draw. Fulham Manchester United, 2-1 for Manchester United. And Newcastle Liverpool, I am a little bit biased here because I'm a Liverpool fan. So I think that Liverpool have the capacity to win the game. But if I was to predict logically, maybe try to not be biased, it would be something like 1-1, 2-2, maybe 2-1 to Liverpool, something like that. We will meet tomorrow with Nottingham winning. Hopefully, as long as Milenkovic is going to keep a clean sheet, I'm not going to be sad. As long as Milenkovic is going to score 2 goals for Nottingham Forest, I'm not going to be upset for them winning against Crystal Palace. Saka or Gyökeres, which one is better? That's a tough question, and also it really depends if that's on the free or if you want to transfer one of them in. On the free, I think that I would I don't know. It's a really tough question. Now, I think that Gyökeres, I would go for him on a free to 100%. I'm not sure if I would transfer Saka or Gyökeres. If you're talking about selling maybe someone like Palmer to someone like Saka, the fixtures are not great for Arsenal until game week 6 or something like that. So, yeah, but overall, I would say that if I was to pick my captain for this game week, I think that Saka and Haaland are the best options. And all week I talked about Saka. If I had him into my team, he would be my captain. Because you know that with Saka, he's on some set pieces. He's going to play 90 minutes every game week. And when Gyökeres is not going to be on the pitch, he's going to be also on penalties, probably. Now this is the problem right now. Gyökeres, his minutes are going to go up a little bit with the Havertz injury, so that diminished a little bit Saka's appeal. But still, I think that Saka is a safer pick. But the potential to score more goals, probably it's on Gyökeres right now. Diouf out for who? Richards, Lacroix, Trafford. Choose one. So you have money in the bank, I suppose, because Lacroix is 5 millions. Now, to be honest with you, Samuel, as I said before to everybody, I'm not going to repeat myself. I would advise you to just try to save your transfers, try to roll your transfer, because you picked Diouf in game week 1 and not a lot of things change. You still picked him and he's a decent option going forward. Now the fixtures, again, you knew that the fixtures for West Ham are not going to be amazing after game week 1. I know that also I hoped for a clean sheet for West Ham. That's why I've gone with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I'm just not going to sell him right now. But if you really want to sell him, probably I would sell him to someone like Richards. Looked great, and also Crystal Palace looked great defensive wise in game week 1 and also in the Community Shield. So I think that Richards, someone like that, someone like Dorgu if you want an attacking fullback. So Ekitike is good for the upcoming fixtures. Then Gyökeres. No. I would not. I don't think that is the right time to buy Ekitike, to be honest with you. I know it's great, it's fantastic. If you had him for game week 1, he scored and assisted for Liverpool, but now it's not the time to buy Ekitike. Liverpool are going to get to play against Newcastle and Arsenal, and trust me, they are decent defenses. And although, if let's not just take into not take into consideration what's going on with Isak. If Isak is going to sign for Liverpool, Ekitike is not going to be a starter probably for Liverpool. So I would be a little bit careful with signing with buying Ekitike into your FPL teams, because right now, yeah, it's looking amazing that he scored a lot of points in game week 1, but the fixtures are not there. If you want to buy Ekitike, if let's say Isak is not going to join for Liverpool, then I think that game week 4 against Burnley is the perfect time to do it. But until then, I would just want to see some more information about what's going to happen in the transfer market, because yeah, you saw what's going on at the moment. 16 people on the live stream. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. If you have any question, drop them in the comments. I'm going to try to answer all of them. And again, if you enjoyed the stream, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would mean a lot to me and it really helps. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining the stream. If there are going to be some early team news, the first game tonight in this game week is going to be West Ham Chelsea. If we're going to get any early team news, I'm going to keep you posted. I didn't thought a lot what I'm going to do if João Pedro is going to be benched for Chelsea. Now the plan, obviously, it is for me to roll the transfer, and probably, I don't know, if João Pedro is going to be benched, maybe I'm just going to start Pedro Porro, because I don't want to go for Wood right now. And I'm not even sure if Wood. I think that Wood rose in price, right? So he's 7.6. So I can't sell João Pedro to Wood. Someone like Strand Larsen could be an option, but again, with all the doubts about his future, I'm not sure I want to make that transfer. So yeah. Hi, Warka FC. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Hi, would you start Fulkrug or Poro if your third third striker is Guyu on bench. Now it doesn't really matter who's your third striker. Your question is not easy because Fulkrug is going to play against Chelsea, a team who is defending well. West Ham didn't look great in game week 1 against Sunderland. And yeah, I get your question. Usually I always want to start the attacker. So usually I would like to start Fulkrug, but the fixture is just not amazing. Now the same for Pedro Porro. I think that City are going to score. So either way, I think that I would start Porro maybe because he could get some defensive contributions at least against Manchester City. Maybe he's going to chip win with some assist. And for Fulcro at the moment, I'm not seeing a lot of returns against Chelsea away, against Chelsea at home. Sorry. So yeah, I think that I would start Pedro Porro in that case, but yeah, it's a tough question. It's a tough question. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, last question for Manchester United. Will you take Cunha or Mbeumo? Now, based on Game Week 1, I made also a free draft yesterday and I had Cunha in my team. At the moment, I think that Cunha is going to be the better option for Manchester United, but to be honest with you, this is based just on what I saw in Game Week 1. He looked more dangerous, he looked more likely to score, Cunha, than Mbeumo, and yeah, with one Game Week on information, I think that Cunha is better at the moment if you want to buy a Manchester United midfielder. So yeah, probably at the moment I would go for Cunha. But again, I would prefer to have more information before making that decision. I'm a West Ham fan and we're going to get better tonight, especially if James backward Prowse starts. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea didn't look great also against Crystal Palace, fresh fielder. So yeah, again, it's not too much into it. Usually I would like to start the striker, Fulkrug. But I just really rate Chelsea's defense, to be honest with you. I think that there is a good chance for Chelsea to keep a clean sheet in that game. That's why also I'm starting Sanchez. Also, as you can see, I have 3 players from Chelsea into my team. So for me, at least for FPL, I hope that Chelsea are going to have a good night today. Hi, Danny Ribeiro. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it and really good to see you here. Good evening also. My kid starting only this weekend. He's used your selection in previous video. That's really nice. That's so nice. So he's using my team selection for Game Week 2, I suppose. Sanchez, Ballard, Munoz, Esteve, Anderson, Salah, Reinders, Semenyo, Mateta, Watkins, Haaland, bench Dubravka, Dorgu, Van de Ven, King. So you're starting Ballard against Burnley, Munoz, Esteve. So you're hoping for 0-0, right, in that game, Burnley-Sunderland. I think that Dorgu could be a nice option to play this gaming, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure in which place would I start him. Yeah, Semenyo, Mateta, Watkins, Haaland. Your team looks great, to be honest with you, in gaming too. Dubravka, Dorgu, Van de Ven, King. So I would not start Van de Ven, King for sure. The question is only if you want to start a more attacking defender there. Someone like Dorgu instead of Ballard maybe. I don't think that Ballard is going to score again 17 points, but yeah, if you think that game is going to end up 0-0, 0-0, then again, I think that also I'm not really sure how should I rate Manchester United defense. I mean, pretty much against Arsenal they only attacked, so they didn't have a lot of defending to do, which is weird to say it. But I think that Fulham also can score against Manchester United, so it is not a 100% clean sheet for someone like Dorgu, but he's really attacking. He was really attacking also against Arsenal, so I don't mind if you want to start Dorgu instead of Ballard or Esteve. That could also work out. Hi, Ray CFC, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. Would you bench boost with Dubravka, Esteve, Cash, and Dewsbury Hall? I think I would, yes. Now, let me 1 second to see. I think that Cash is going to start, right, for Aston Villa. Yeah, he's predicted to start also by Villain on Twitter. I would use the bench boost with Dubravka. Dubravka, Esteve, Cash, Dewsbury, Hall for sure. I would use my bench boost. If that is your bench, I would get rid of the chip right away. You have 4 starters there and also with some decent fixtures. So yeah, I would do the bench boost. Ray, hi Grelly, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Should I start or bench Eze? I mean, if I am honest, at the moment, my opinion is that Eze is not going to play any minutes this gaming. But I think that I would bench him to just be safe. I don't. Obviously, he's not going to play for Crystal Palace, and I don't think that he's not even announced at the moment for Arsenal. I don't think that he's going to play for Arsenal. And if he's going to play for Arsenal, probably he's going to be from the bench. I don't think that he's going to start. So I would just bench Eze in your case. That's what I would do again. Hopefully, I'm going to be right about that. I'm just checking if you got any information, and then if you want, guys, I can we can have a look, obviously, at some predicted lineups for gaming 2 if you would like that. uh, your countdown is broken. Yeah, again, I forgot again to start the countdown with 2 hours before the deadline, so it is with 14 11 minutes, something like that, delayed. So don't forget to lock in your team, guys. I'm going to stop it probably before the deadline, but yeah, it is broken again because I start the stream with 2.5 hours and my countdown is for 2 hours and I always forget to start it. My team bench 2. Richards, Anderson, Poro, Nico Williams, Diouf. Thanks for the advice for him. He's not gonna change before uh, deadline. That's nice. I'm really happy that your kid watches my content, and yeah, you can thank him from me. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I'm going to help him a little bit. It's really nice to hear things like that. So bench 2, I would say which players I'm going to start. So I would start Richards and Nico Williams, and I would bench so from Anderson, Poro, Diouf. I think that I would start Pedro Porro in your case, because although Anderson is good for defensive contribution and Fulham are a good defense, Man United looked great against Arsenal, and I think that they're going to score. I mean, there is a chance of them to score at least, and I would not play Diouf. So yeah, I would play Porro, Richards, and Nico Williams. I think if I was in your case. Hi Arthur, Lewin, hi Select. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Leave a like also, guys, if you enjoyed the stream. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. It would be really appreciated. Dorgu or Poro to bench? I would start Dorgu if I was into your place. Slightly better fixture against Fulham, and a little bit more attacking is Dorgu, right? I have Poro, Milenkovic, and Matson of Aston Villa starting, and Diouf, Gudmundsson on bench. Should I sell Matson to Dorgu or keep my transfer? I think that there is a good chance of Matson to start this gaming, although you always will have some doubts into your mind. I think that I would just start him and roll the transfer, to be honest with you. I have Poro, Milenkovic and Madsen. So if you really think that Madsen is not going to start, then I would just play probably Diouf and not make a transfer. I don't think that I would do the transfer Madsen to Dorgo. I think that I would keep it. But again, there is a little bit of a risk with Madsen because obviously Dini is also there. I subscribed to you last year because you made me get me top 5 in my states league. Thank you so much for subscribing, Arthur Lewin. I really appreciate it, and yeah, really happy that I help you a little bit at least. So yeah, thanks a lot. Morning Dennis, morning Canon Folder, or in my country I should say good evening because it's 7 p.m. But yeah, good morning to you. Murillo or Poro, I would start Murillo for sure, Saleh. I think that he's better for this gaming than Pedro Poro. So start Murillo there. Morning here at least, yeah. Okay, so let's just take a look at some predicted fixtures. Whoops, not here. With some predicted fixtures. So again, these predictions are not 100% sure. I'm going to let you know when I know that are close to 100% true. I mean accurate, I want to say. But they are made by the big fans of this team. So obviously they are what I want to trust at least. What's your point gaming one? I got 55 points, so not my greatest start, but happy with my decisions, happy with the team I have at the moment. And again, don't worry too much guys about gaming one score, it is not that important. If you're happy with your team, just roll the transfer and go ahead with it. With Rodri and Foden back, Oddman's out as of gaming 4. I didn't understand the last part, Danny Ribeiro. Maybe I'm just stupid a little bit, but Oddman's out as of gaming 4. I'm not really sure what does that mean. If you're asking me about Rodri and Foden, how that's going to impact minutes for a player like Reinders or the other players, obviously it's going to impact a little bit. Foden, again, at some point he's going to get some minutes, I'm sure of that. At the moment I would not panic too much about Manchester City, especially if you have a player like Reinders, you're just going to keep him, right? At the moment everybody wants to have Reinders into their teams. Rodri may start as of gaming 4. From what I saw from Pep Guardiola, he said that Rodri is back, so there is a chance he could start also in gaming 2. I suppose. Now I'm not sure about if they're going to rush him in, but for sure for gaming 4 I think that Rodri definitely has a big chance of starting. So yeah, had a decent start. The deadline last week was a bit delayed, remember? Yeah, you could even make some transfers at some point. I remember that. And for some reason I saw that as a sign and transfer out Pedro for Wood. Four gods were on my side. That's an amazing transfer for you. Really happy for you, Cannon Folder. It was a really huge swing between Joao Pedro and Chris Wood. Yeah, I didn't expect Brentford to be that bad, to be honest with you. Although I did think it was a mistake and tried to transfer Pedro back in, but by the deadline, actually passed by then. Nice. It is nice to be lucky like that. Always. Last season my bench boost got me 9 points. Only hopefully this gaming my 4 substitutes score more. Yeah, I mean, from 14-15 I would say it is a decent bench boost. I mean, not amazing, but decent. So yeah, hopefully this season is going to be better. It is really tough to nail the bench boost. I'm just going to say it. Now, if we look at some lineups predictions, here we have Brighton. Yeah, not going to talk too much about their defense, but the Kuiper here is expected to start. Ayari, Baleba, O'Reilly, again, expected to start now. Again, he's not green or something like that. So, yeah, Mitoma for sure. If we move to Chelsea, James, Tosin, Chalobah, Cucurella, Sanchez, no surprises here for Chelsea. Neto, Palmer, João Pedro, Delap. So they are here predicting both of João Pedro and Delap to start. That's interesting. Yeah, really curious to see if that's going to happen. From Aston Villa, this is where I wanted to see now. Obviously, you can see here the percentages of these players to start. Maatsen again, 50-50 with Digne pretty much. It is a risk to start Maatsen, let's be honest. But other than that, Watkins, Rogers, no problems. Matty Cash should start on the right. And yeah, then Bogarte, Mings, Pau Torres, Tielemans, Camara for sure going to start. For Liverpool, Wirtz, Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah. So pretty much the same as I said before. I think that Szoboszlai is going to play as a right back for Liverpool, or at least he's going to start as a right back, and then he can move to midfield once maybe they're going to sub in someone like Bradley if he's fit enough. Obviously, this is also my predicted lineup for Liverpool. I don't think that is going to be much changed from this. 19 likes, thank you so much guys. Let's try to hit 20. That would be amazing. I wish I had Rogers but not using transfer. Yeah, no, not I'm rambling a lot, sorry guys. Not a lot of pressure to buy Rogers, to be honest with you. He's not the most explosive player, we know that. Why I'm really happy to have him is obviously he's a really reliable pick. I'm not sure if he's worth 7 millions, to be honest with you. I said that at the beginning of the season, but against Brentford the fixtures are great for Aston Villa, so definitely I'm just going to keep Rogers because he's a safe pick, and hopefully he can get me something against Brentford. They were really bad, as I said before, in Game Week 1, so hopefully that will continue at least for Game Week 2. If we look for Newcastle, Pope, Trippier, Sharburn, Livramento, they're going to play Gordon probably as a number 9 again because Isak is going to be out for this game at least, and Barnes, Murphy. Not a lot of surprises here. For Manchester United, Dorgu, Ahmad expected to be right wingers. Sesko expected to start probably. The chances are not that huge, but yeah, they just bought Sesko to play him right in most games, so probably I would see a start for Sesko. Really interested to see how United are going to play with him. Also, Cunha and Mbeumo, again, I think that Manchester United players are going to be really amazing at some point. At least someone like Cunha, someone like Mbeumo, if not Bruno Fernandes. I know that a lot of people are disappointed with Bruno Fernandes, but guys, I said it a lot in the preseason. Don't expect too much from Bruno Fernandes. He's still a solid pick. If you pick him, just keep him. He's going to get those assists. He's going to get some penalties. He's going to get those defensive contribution points. He was really close in Game Week 1. He was on 11, I think. So really close to 12. But again, as I said a lot of time in the preseason, Bruno Fernandes is going to have a more deeper role this season. Now, we don't know at the moment if that was because of Arsenal, but again, Arsenal didn't put up a lot of problems offensive-wise against Manchester United, so they're going to play with Mbeumo and Cunha, two number 10s. Definitely Bruno Fernandes has to play a little bit more deeper, but that doesn't mean that he's finished as an FPL option. I still think that he's a decent option, and obviously if you have him, you just keep him for Fulham, and you keep him for Burnley in Game Week 3, definitely. Bournemouth clean sheet. There are some chances, yes. I would say I would love to have a Bournemouth defender. If I was on a free, as you saw maybe yesterday on my video, I had someone like Trafford starting. I wish I had Rogers. Okay, I got Njaya and Anderson, but it's okay. Yeah, Njaya and Anderson are perfectly good options. I would not sell them, to be honest with you. I know it is a little bit disappointment because Everton played against Leeds in game week 1, and you expected something to get from Unjay, but he's still on penalties. He's still going to get good minutes for Everton, and for sure Everton are going to score some goals at some point. And to be honest with you, I think that maybe this fixture against Brighton is going to be easier for Everton than it was against Leeds. It was the first game for Leeds in the Premier League after they got promoted, and also at home they defending amazing. And maybe we underestimated a little bit Leeds in the preseason. So yeah, I like United this year. Yeah, I mean United surprised me a lot against Arsenal. They should have scored, to be honest with you. Against Arsenal, they had a lot of chances. Now let's see how they're going to do against the weaker sides, because that's where obviously you want to target your players in general. In the toughest fixtures, you don't really want to play your players against Arsenal away. It's not the best fixture you can get. It's the worst probably you can get from an attacking perspective. Okay, so I think that these were the predictions. Let's move back to my team. So I'm just going to make sure my team is okay. My bench order is going to be Dubravka, Pedro Porro, Wan-Bissaka, Guyu, so it's all fine. My captain probably is going to be Mohamed Salah. I know, guys, maybe you think that I'm boring or something like that, but I'm just going to play it safe. And I think that, honestly, Salah could get something against Newcastle away. And obviously, we know what he can do in pretty much any given game. So, yeah, I would not be too surprised if he's going to deliver. 16 people on the live. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Really appreciate it. Really good to see you all here. It really means a lot. And also, I talked about my dilemmas this gaming. I could play someone like Dubravka. I could go full in on Burnley defense, but I just don't want to do that, because if I was to play Esteve and Dubravka and Burnley are going to concede against Sunderland, I will just hate my decision. So there are a lot of different ways to play FPL, and for me at the moment, I don't want to put myself in that situation to have Esteve and Dubravka clean sheet gone. So I want to spread the risk a little bit. This is how I play. This is how I want to play, at least in Game Week 2. I want to have some coverage from Chelsea. I think that also it is a good chance of Chelsea keeping a clean sheet against West Ham. So that's why I'm spreading the risk a little bit. But yeah, what I can do, I can also play Dubravka instead of Sanchez and play Pedro Porro instead of Esteve. But as I said before, I want to have a piece of that Chelsea defense. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if we have any other news. Newcastle are pushing to sign Strand Larsen in a deal worth 60 plus million pounds. So again, Newcastle are still pushing to sign Strand Larsen. Again, if you have Strand Larsen, just play him. Probably he's going to play. Now, again, there is a risk a little bit attached to that, but yeah, if he's going to sign for Newcastle, probably he's not going to play at all. Things could move really fast in the next week. Trust me, guys, it is the last week of the transfer market. A lot of transfers are going to be up and down here, and a lot of players are going to move from teams. Eddie Howe also said about the Isak saga. It looks like it is coming to an end, or it will come to an end pretty quickly. So it is really important to not make a lot of rush decisions right now for Game Week 2, and just wait if you can for Game Week 3 at least to make your transfers, if your team is okay, obviously. Hi WF, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. Why start Esteve over Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Now, that is a pretty simple question to answer for me, because I think that the fixture is really bad. The fixture is really bad for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think that they're going to concede. that's why also I'm starting Esteve over Pedro Porro. If I was to play someone over Esteve, it would be Pedro Porro instead of Aaron Wan-Bissaka anyway. So he's the third player on my bench, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I don't think that, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of attacking threat. If I was to play someone instead of Esteve, it would be Pedro Porro for sure. But I think that it is a good chance of Esteve to get a clean sheet against Sunderland at home. It is the best fixture you can get for him. So if you're not going to play Esteve this gaming, then you're not going to play him in any gaming pretty much. So yeah, again, I know that Burnley are not 100% guaranteed to keep a clean sheet against Sunderland, but I think that there is a good chance, and definitely the fixtures are better. The fixture is better for Esteve. Bournemouth predicted starting 11. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a minute. Hi Steve, thank you so much for joining. I have Diouf, Esteve, Porro, Nico Williams and Richards. Who would you start? I think Porro is a must start for me. He's on set pieces and can see them hurting City. So I would start definitely Nico Williams. I mean, you can see on my team. In my case, I would bench Pedro Porro because I just don't like to start a defender who I think that is going to concede. That's the only problem with Pedro Porro. I know that he's on set pieces. He can get some attacking returns. Maybe he can get some defensive contributions against Manchester City, but I'm just going to play Esteve because, as I said before, if I'm not going to play Esteve this gaming, then I'm not going to play him in any gaming. So yeah, although the attacking returns and defensive contributions are nice, still the clean sheet is the best way to get points from a defensive perspective. It's the bread and butter of any defender, if you want to call it like that. So I would start Nico Williams, Esteve, and Richards in your case, just like I'm starting into my team. Steve, even though West Ham looked terrible, Diouf looked good and only score also. Hard decisions. Yeah, hard decisions. Again, if I was to start someone, I would start Pedro Porro instead of Esteve, and just after that I would start Diouf. But yeah, this is just my thinking at the moment. Hope all is well too. Yeah, thanks a lot, Steve, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. It really means a lot, and yeah, hopefully you're doing great also. My dilemma is to start Esteve or Diouf. Yeah, I will start Esteve. Again, I understand. If you want to start Diouf, if you think that he's going to get some attacking returns, that's perfectly fine. But I just think that Chelsea are going to score. And for that reason, I'm just going to start Esteve. So yeah. Thank you, man. No problem, Steve. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Hi, Will Davidson. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Gyökeres or Saka on a free? On a free, I would tell you I would have both of them on the free, if you can. Obviously, if I was to pick just one on a free, probably I would go for Gyökeres. But what I would like to do is to pick Gabriel, Saka, and Gyökeres on the free. You have the best fixture against Leeds at home. I would just go double up on Arsenal attack with Gyökeres and Saka, both of them. I just made yesterday a free team if you want to take a look at it, and I have also Saka and Gyökeres, both of them. Which three should I start? Esteve, Richards, Williams, Anderson. Esteve, Richards, and Nico Williams. That's what I would do, because if you look at my team, guys, you can see my thinking, my reasoning. So again, I think that Crystal Palace are a good defense. I think that Nottingham Forest are a good defense. So I can see chances to get some clean sheets. Now, both of these players are also good for defensive contributions. Also, Esteve is good for defensive contribution, and he has really the best fixture you can get at the moment for gaming too. So yeah, I would just bench Anderson in that regard, Vukek, because I think that United is going to score against Fulham. Hi Hashiraktar, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really good to see you here. Hope all is well. If I have double Nottingham Forest defense, should I start Esteve? in place of one Nottingham Forest defender. I mean, you can do that. I'm not sure which other defenders do you have. If you can tell me your whole defense, that would be helpful. But again, if you want to spread the risk, if you have someone like Milenkovic and Murillo, probably I would just start them instead of Esteve, to be honest with you, and just go full in on Nottingham Forest getting a clean sheet against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace just lost Eze, so who knows? Maybe they're not going to be that good attacking wise, but it's a tough question. If you have another good defender, uh, I'm not sure if you can start both of them. I mean, you can start your two Nottingham Forest defender and Esteve, but I suppose that you have another really good defender, right, in your team, Hashir Akhtar. Hi, Jules Rules. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. What is your opinion on Wirtz? I also have him. Oh, sorry, I moved the question. My bench is Mayenda, Reinildo, Tarkovsky, and Dubravka. Do I bench boost? I think that I would bench boost, yes, in your case, Jules Rules, because again, it is a little bit overrated, maybe the bench boost. It's one of the weakest chips alongside the triple captain. I would just try to get it out of the way. If I had your team, I think that I would use the bench boost if you're sure about Mayenda's minutes. Reinildo, Tarkovsky, Dubravka all have decent fixtures, to be honest with you. So yeah, Tarkovsky probably is going to get again defensive contribution points. So I would use the bench boost in that case. What is your opinion on Beats? I also have him. Will he have a better performance? Now, again, a lot of people are panicking at the moment because a lot of people are saying that if there is one game for Beats to be benched, it is this one. I find it really difficult to comprehend at the moment. Wirtz not starting against Newcastle. I think that he's going to start, and I think that he's going to get good minutes. Now, it doesn't really relate to the price tag, but obviously, if you paid more than 100 million pounds for a player, probably he is in your starting 11, and you want him to adapt quicker. And yeah, I wasn't impressed with Wirtz's performance against Bournemouth in Game Week 1, to be honest with you. But with these expensive players, what I like to do is to give them at least 2-3 game weeks to prove themselves. Because again, everybody who had Bruno Fernandes, Wirtz, Marmoush, Palmer, all these expensive players blanked. Does that mean that all these players are horrible FPL options? Categorically, no. Just give them some time. If Wirtz is not going to do nothing against Newcastle, then again, we can make a case against Newcastle. Sorry, we can make a case about selling him in Game Week 3 because he's going to play against Arsenal. But again, preferably you want to have Wirtz against Burnley in Game Week 4, but yeah, with another blanking, it's going to be tough for me to justify having him. I think that he's going to improve game by game. If you ask me, honestly, that's my opinion. I think that he's a great player. He's still on set pieces, and hopefully also for me, he's going to get something against Newcastle away. That's my opinion. Also, I'm a Liverpool fan, so again, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. But even if I had someone like Bruno Fernandes, I would not sell him. If I had someone like Marmoush, I would not sell him. Again, with Palmer, the same. The fixtures are great. I know he was horrible in Game Week 1, and I'm a little bit disappointing for picking him. But now that he's in my team, I'm just going to give him some times. He's still a good option. He's still on penalties, on set pieces. And yeah, no problem. Jules Rules, thank you so much for joining the stream. Hopefully my advice helped you a little bit. So for Hashir Akhtar, Nico Williams, Murillo, Poro, Esteve, Dorgu. Okay, so you have also Dorgu. Now I understand. If I had Dorgu into my team, I would be tempted to start him because he's really offensive. And yeah, United looked good against Arsenal, to be honest with you. I think that I would start Murillo. This is a really tough question, Hashir Akhtar, because I like also Nico Williams because he has a little bit of attacking threat. But if I was to pick one of Nico Williams and Murillo, I would go for Murillo because he's a monster for defensive contributions. Uh, so I would start definitely Murillo. I would start, I think, Dorgu because he's more attacking than Nico Williams. And I think that I would start also Esteve. I think that this is what I would do in your place. But again, hopefully I'm going to be right this time, and yeah, hopefully it's going to help you a little bit. This is what I would do probably to try to spread the risk maybe, because I think that still there is a chance Crystal Palace are going to score against Nottingham Forest, and if you're going to have a double defense for Forest, then you're not going to feel great about playing both of them. So yeah, the same as Danny Ribeiro. I think that it is a really tough question, but this is what I would do probably: Murillo, Dorgu, and Esteve. Try to spread the risk a little bit. You have some defenders who are good for defensive contributions. You have also Dorgu, who is amazing for attacking threat, and hopefully is going to get some attacking returns for you. Lawrence Corcoran, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. 20 people also on the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining it. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, obviously. And if you're new around here, it really means a lot. And yeah. Haaland in and take a -8 with a bench boost. No, I wouldn't do that, Lawrence Corcoran. But again, it is your team. It really depends how you're feeling about it. If you think that Haaland is going to score a hat-trick, then yeah, maybe it's going to be worth it to take a -8. But as you can see on my news or my information, preferably I would try to not make a transfer for Game Week 1 if your team is decent, obviously. And I can guarantee you guys that if you planned a little bit for Game Week 1, your team pretty much is not going to need a transfer in Game Week 2. And we're going to have a lot more information in Game Week 2, in Game Week 3. A lot of things are going to change. A lot of transfers are going to happen in the last week of the Mercato. So, yeah, I think that I would not take a -8 to buy Haaland, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Hashir Akhtar, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, my advice is going to help you, but it is a really tough question. But yeah, thanks a lot for your question, for you being here. It really means a lot. Also, Raul, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Really appreciate it again. Good to see you here again. And also, good evening. Yeah, my team. I didn't talk too much about my team, but for Game Week 2, I'm a little bit relaxed because everybody is panicking at the moment. Everybody is frustrated with their teams, and that is a normal feeling, and it is normal for Game Week 1. I also would have hoped for a better start in FPL this season, but it is what it is, and at the moment I'm just chilled. I'm relaxed about Game Week 2. So yeah, this is how my team probably is going to look like. And I don't really have to make a lot of tough decisions. I'm not going to make any transfer this game week. FPL is a marathon, not a 100-meter run. Yeah, for sure. It's like a game of football. If you wanna think about it like that, it doesn't really matter if you're 1-0 down. What is really important is the end result. If you're going to win the game, then it doesn't really matter you were 0-2 down or something like that at halftime. Okay, thanks, Dennis. I will roll, but just not feeling confident in João Pedro at the moment. Yeah, me neither. He wasn't great in Game Week 1. I just hope that he's going to start at least in Game Week 2. And for that reason, the fixture is great against West Ham away. They conceded 3 goals to Sunderland. So there is no way for me to sell players like Palmer, like João Pedro. It is just one game week, guys. Remember, everybody, João Pedro was the most owned player before the season started. He scored in pretty much every preseason game. And again, I don't think that he's going to score every game week with every chance he's going to get. but he's still a decent option. It's not like now suddenly he's a bad option because he blanked against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, to be honest with you, I think that a lot of people are underestimating them, and maybe more so their defense. I was impressed with Crystal Palace against Liverpool in the Community Shield, against Chelsea. Chelsea didn't create a lot of chances in that game, in Game Week 1. So yeah, I'm going to give João Pedro 1, 2, 3 game weeks, depending how he's going to perform, obviously. And then, yeah, if he's going to keep blanking, obviously I'm going to look to sell him. Dorgu or Wan-Bissaka is the dilemma. I would start Dorgu, I think, to be honest with you, Raul. Maybe there is some risk there. You don't know 100% that Dorgu is going to start, but he's a much more attacking player than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and I was impressed with Manchester United, to be honest with you. You know maybe more things about Manchester United than me, so you should be more confident about Dorgu, probably. And I think that, yeah, West Ham are going to concede definitely against Chelsea. I mean, not definitely, but I think that there are high chances of that to happen. Hi, Harlowsville, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Good to see you guys here. See you soon, Dennis. Thanks for the advice. Guys, see the sub and like. Thank you so much, Danny. Danny or Danny Ribeiro. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. And also to be here that long on the stream. It really means a lot. And yeah, hopefully my advices are going to help you a little bit. So yeah. Thanks a lot for being here. I wish you a nice weekend, all of you guys. If you're leaving, leave a like, hit that subscribe button on your way out. We have still 1 hour to the deadline, so I'm going to stay here. You're not going to escape at the moment. Hi, Steve. I mean, I greeted you before, sorry. Yeah, everyone panicking over Pedro. The whole Chelsea team played bad, not just him. Yeah, I mean, their defense was okay, but Palmer, Neto was okay. Delap, when he came in, he was okay also. So, if Haaland bangs this week, are you going to consider? I mean, I'm considering Haaland right now, but I don't want to waste the transfer. I don't want to knee-jerk. Would have I preferred to have Haaland instead of Mohamed Salah in Game Week 2? Yeah, of course I would. But yeah, I'm not sure if I would buy Haaland next game week, if he's going to bang this week. I'm really not sure. I really need to see. It really depends how also all my players are going to perform before making that decision. At the moment, if I want Haaland in game week 6 or 8 when he's going to play against Burnley, I could just use my freight in that game week. At the moment, yeah, I don't really like to make these decisions. So for example, for game week 3, I could sell Salah to a cheaper midfielder and upgrade João Pedro or Guyu maybe to someone like Haaland. Maybe not Guyu because I don't have that much cash. So yeah, I could consider that because Salah is going to play against Arsenal, but still I'm not sure if it's going to be worth 2 transfers. Yeah, if Salah is going to do something this game week, probably I'm not going to look to sell him. And also he's going to play against Burnley in game week 4. So anyway, I don't think that I'm going to sell Mohamed Salah so soon. Now again, if I could do something like Wirtz to a cheap midfielder and João Pedro to Haaland, maybe I would consider a little bit. But it's tough to say that without seeing all the fixtures for how they're going to go in Game Week 2. Some questions coming your way, mate. Yeah, no problem. I'm here to answer the questions. I don't need to think too much about my team because it's pretty much locked in, so I have all the time to answer your question, guys. Salah or Bruno captain? I am inclined towards Bruno because of fixture, but Salah is Salah. If you ask me between Bruno and Salah, I would captain Mohamed Salah for sure. I mean, yeah, the fixture is better for Manchester United, but Fulham is not a bad defense, guys. I mean, I'm sure that you know it, but Fulham are defending okay. It is not going to be that easy for Manchester United to score loads of goals. And Bruno Fernandes, at the moment, from what we saw in Game Week 1, he wasn't spectacular or something like that. Now, I'm sure if United are going to get a penalty, he could get also some assists from set pieces, but I would captain maybe Bruno Fernandes is in Game Week 3 against Burnley rather than doing it in Game Week 2. And also, if you have players like Watkins, Palmer, I would captain them instead of Bruno Fernandes, to be honest with you. Harlotsville, so yeah. Fresh Fielder, I know you are a Liverpool fan, but what team do you support in your country? To be honest with you, Fresh Fielder, I don't really watch a lot of football from my country, from Romania. Now, again, I was a fan, obviously, of Steaua Bucharest. Maybe you know it. I think that they played against West Ham, right? Some years ago in Europa League, UEFA Cup, or how was it called that time? So yeah, I'm a fan of Steaua Bucharest from my country, but to be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of football at the moment for my country. My whole time is about Liverpool at the moment. It is better to play Porro as Konsa suspending and Wan-Bissaka playing Chelsea. If you're asking me between Pedro Porro and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I would play Pedro Porro, although City are a better team attacking wise than Chelsea. I think that both teams are going to concede, but Pedro Porro is definitely a much more attacking defender than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, also on set pieces, so yeah. Will Davidson, excluding Reinders, who's the best 5.5 mid for Game Week 2? John McGinn. I don't know. I would say that probably someone like Anderson from Nottingham Forest. If you don't take, let's just move a little bit to see here. I'm not sure which all the players who rose in price. Let me just, yeah, now you can see it. So 5.5. Now, O'Reilly is a really nice option. Again, there is a risk attached to him. We don't know if he's going to play 90 minutes every gaming, but he took a penalty in Game Week 1, if I'm not wrong, when Welbeck was not on the pitch. If Welbeck is going to be on the pitch, I think that he's going to be on penalties. Now, O'Reilly is an interesting punt if you want to go there. I think that Anderson is the safest one. At the moment, he's going to get probably, again, defensive contributions against Crystal Palace. He also has a little bit of an attacking threat. Adingra also against Burnley is a nice option. Yeah, McGinn could be a nice option, but I'm just not sure about it. He doesn't have a lot of attacking threat, McGinn, I think. Wilson, again, a nice option, but he's playing against Man United. Tavernier, if you're looking for a player with good defensive contribution potential. Yeah, McGinn, 5.5. Yeah, there aren't a lot who are still 5.5 at the moment. Let's see by threat here. Tavernier, obviously this not Stack, again he's 5 millions, but he's a decent one. But Leeds are playing Arsenal, so don't buy Stack. Yeah, I think that I would say Anderson, O'Reilly if you want to take a punt, maybe someone like Adingra again if you want to take a punt. What's your opinion on Wirtz? Gravenberch is back, right? Yeah, Gravenberch is going to be a big plus for Liverpool in defense also, but also in attack. Hopefully, Wirtz is going to play a more advanced role. Now, again, obviously, Gravenberch being back, it means one midfielder from Liverpool probably is going to miss out of McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, and Gravenberch. Now, probably this gaming Szoboszlai, I would say, is going to play as a right back from the start because Liverpool don't have a fit right back at the moment. Bradley, I'm not sure if he's going to be rushed. So yeah, my opinion on Wirtz is that I wasn't impressed with his performance in Game Week 1. He was a little bit scared. That's what I took out of that performance. Now I think that he's going to improve over time. Again, I'm just going to keep him. There's no way I'm just going to sell him for someone like Anderson or something like that. So I'm going to give him some games to see how he's going to adapt. And obviously he's still a decent option in FPL. Don't try to not take a lot of rush this season, because before the preseason everybody was saying he's underpriced as at 8.5 millions. Now everybody is saying that he's a bad pick. So yeah, it is too early to draw the conclusions on Wirtz. Let's see. Raul's question, just answer my question, Lore. Poro it is. Yeah. Emery, should I take Bournemouth defender or not? On a free hit, or you want to do a transfer? I forgot how was your team. So you're free hitting Emery. On a free hit, I think that a Bournemouth defender is nice. Other than that, if you don't have someone like Frimpong, then I would not make a transfer in your defense. Yes, we played against yeah, now it is called FCSB. You're right, in Conference League group stages, the year we won 16 out of 17 games. Yeah, I remember. Now, obviously, that's the old Steaua Bucharest now, but obviously they have a lot of problems with the name. They change it. Another team redeemed the name. Obviously, Steaua Bucharest, the team who won the Champions League in '86. But yeah, for me it is still Steaua. So yeah, it is tough for me to call it FCSB. Potential difference. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Hello, Dennis. Have Anderson in mid. But do I play him over Larson, Joe, and Watkins in forward, or Salah, Palmer, Reinders, Rogers in mid? I think that I would not. I think that I would not play Anderson in that case. To be honest with you, there are some rumors at the moment with Strand Larsen. I find it difficult to believe that he's going to be transferred today to Newcastle. So in that case, maybe he's not going to start for Wolverhampton, and in that case, you don't want to play him. But based on what we know so far, Strand Larsen is still a Wolverhampton player, and I think that in that case, I would not start Anderson. Now, if you really want to start Anderson, 100%. I think that it would be instead of Reinders, although it sounds a little bit crazy to say that after Reinders scored 10 points. But again, I would start Reinders over Anderson. But if you really want a player to drop, then it is Reinders or Strand Larsen pretty much, or Joao Pedro, if you're not sure he's going to start. Hi, K7. No, at the moment we didn't have any leaks. I'm waiting to see if we're going to get any leaks for Chelsea and West Ham. I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to try to... I'm looking also on X here, on Twitter, to see if we get any leaks. At the moment, none. Do you think Salah is still on pens with the recent misses? Yeah, I think that Salah is still going to be on penalties. Now, if he's still going to miss a lot of penalties in the future, probably he's not going to be anymore. But at the moment, the time we're speaking, I think that Salah is on penalties. Yes, that's a big reason. I'm also captaining him. Stack 5 millions, 13 defensive contributions. Yeah, that was amazing. Game week 1 assist, also on set pieces, but his leads. Yeah, he's still a great option at 5 millions. Pick 3, Diouf, Anderson. Hi, Abdullah. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Also, good evening to you. Diouf, Anderson, Poro, Esteve, Nico Williams. So I would play Esteve, Nico Williams. and Pedro Porro in your case, Abdullah, Dubravka or Verbruggen. In that case, I think that I would play Verbruggen against Everton because I don't want to. I want to spread the risk a little bit. But the better fixture is for Burnley for sure. For Dubravka, if you feel like they're going to keep a clean sheet, just play double Burnley defense. But if not, probably I would just play Verbruggen. It is still a decent fixture against Everton. I mean, Everton didn't convince me attacking wise against Leeds, so yeah. Gotta give it to Leeds. Obviously, they defended amazing in that game. 27 likes, amazing guys. Thank you so much. Leave a like also. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And obviously, if you enjoy the content, it really means a lot. Hi Radu Cristiano also, thank you so much for joining. Good to see you again here. For those guys who don't know, Radu had an amazing rank last season, something like 1 or 2k, something like that. So congrats on that. And goddamn, Frimbonk got injured and I can't see a guy to transfer in for him. So I'll play Poro and FCSB is Steaua, yes. Yeah. I mean, there are some options if you want to take some risk. Maybe someone like Ainuri, someone like Gabriel, uh, someone like Munoz could be nice from Crystal Palace. I don't know. I think that I would sell Frimpong because he's going to miss 2 games at least. So he's going to drop maybe in price. You can't really rely on him. But again, if you can hi Rory, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciated. Good evening to you too. We're trashing the Hammers tonight, man. The manager has confirmed that Larson is going to stay at Wolves. Did he? I mean, I saw that he said that he's 100% committed and he's going to start, but still, I mean, Newcastle also said that they're not going to sell Isak, and let's see how that's going to end up. Now, again, it is a different situation. You're right, but let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, I think that Strand Larson. I think that Wolverhampton really tried to keep Strand Larson into their team. Guys, also don't mind the countdown on the screen. It is wrong. We have 38 minutes, I think, till the deadline. So I'm going to stop it soon to not make anyone not lock in their teams. What is interesting also, Nuno Espirito Santo place as coach of Nottingham Forest is being at risk at the moment. I mean, again, he's not. I understand, but Marinak is the patron of Nottingham Forest. The president of Nottingham Forest want to sack Nuno Espirito Santo, which is a little bit weird. Yeah. Yeah, no early team news at the moment. Okay. Dennis, would you captain Palmer, Salah or Semenyo? I would captain Salah, as you can see from my team, probably from those picks. Again, Semenyo has a nice fixture against Wolverhampton, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not the type of manager who would captain someone like Semenyo. Again, maybe if it was something like Burnley, Sunderland, maybe I will think a little bit, but I would just captain Salah probably. But again, both Semenyo and Palmer are decent captaincy options. I can't disagree. The Fallen One, thank you so much for joining. Also Flash, also Ashraf. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Best Frimpong replacement. Again, Cucurella, Ainuri, Munoz, Gabriel. Just take your pick. You have a lot of options at the moment. It really depends how also your team is looking like at the moment, because maybe you have someone like Sanchez, maybe you don't want to double up on Chelsea defense with someone like Cucurella. With someone like Gabriel, you go safe. Although the features are not amazing for Arsenal, you know that they're going to keep some clean sheets along the way. Watkins for captain. I think that Watkins is a great captaincy option. I've talked about him also this week in my videos. Again, not for me. I mean, I'm not going to captain Watkins, but the fixture is great against Brentford. The way I totally understand if you want to captain him. I think that he's great. A lot of people maybe are not considering captaining Watkins, but I do see him as a good option. My order would be something like Bukayo Saka, Haaland, Salah, maybe Gyökeres, then Salah, and then Watkins, and then Palmer, something like that, if I had all the players. Munoz looked bad against us. Already have Henry in my 11. We'll see. Praying for yeah, I really hope that Palmer and João Pedro are going to do something, hopefully for my sake. But yeah, I mean, okay, but Chelsea defending pretty great. It was a pretty close game, if you ask me. Crystal Palace Chelsea, not a lot of chances for both sides, and we know that Munoz has that attacking threat in him. Again, I think that is a decent option. But yeah. Frimpong to who? So probably someone like Henry looks nailed at the moment. Also with Gvardiol being out, we don't know exactly what's the big problem with Gvardiol. But yeah, we know that he's not going to play in Gaming 2. If Wolves lose Larson, I hate to say it, but they'll go down. Probably. I mean, not probably, but there surely it is a chance. They lost Cunha already, they lost Henry. If they're going to lose Strand Larson, their attack is not looking amazing at the moment, not going to lie. How many points did you get, Gaming 1, Denis? I got 55 points. The same as you, Rory. The same as you. The fact our defense is looking solid with a Champong and out attack start to shake Chelsea in a nutshell. Yeah. I'm sure Chelsea are going to... I don't know. It is me or just the new role. I mean, the new role. The number 10 role for Palmer is just not amazing. I mean, Palmer was... I don't know. I just hope that Palmer would turn up again this season after he played not great in the last part of the season, last season. But yeah, I'm still expecting. I still have some hopes for Palmer and João Pedro. So let's see. Let's see. I think that obviously today is a derby against West Ham, but hopefully we're going to see some goals in this game. Mayenda captain. Hi Jeffrey Cow. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Yeah, if you want to do that, I don't mind it, but it is not for me. Again, against Burnley away, it is a nice fixture to captain someone like Mayenda, but I'm just not sure if I would do it, to be honest with you. Again, he's on penalties. I think that he scored one penalty, right, in Game Week 1. Now, again, it is not my type of captaincy pick, a 5.5 million forward, but yeah, if you're feeling that he's going to score against Burnley, then just go with it. He looks so good on the wing, and we're keeping him playing as a 10. Yeah, that's also my opinion. He was really great on the wing. You think Salah will score against Newcastle? I have both Haaland and Salah. Again, it doesn't really matter what I think. It's not like it will happen if I say it. Yeah, personally, I think that Salah is going to score against Newcastle, but I could be easily wrong. And Newcastle is a tough fixture. If you have both of them, I would definitely captain. If I had Haaland, I would captain him instead of Salah. I think that the fixture is slightly I mean, not slightly. I think that the fixture is better for Manchester City against Tottenham. So I would just captain Haaland. But yeah, both Salah and Haaland are good picks for this week, I think, despite the fixtures not being against newly promoted sides or something like that. Pam pam pam. Uh 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 uh. Now again, we're having the same talk again. Now you don't see, but I just saw on Twitter. So the whole situation with Marinakis and Nuno Espirito Santo, at Nottingham Forest, we have the same situation. Before Game Week 1 was Nuno Espirito Santo said that they were not ready for Game Week 1 and they just trashed Brentford 3-1 or something like that. And now we have also this situation when probably if Nuno Espirito Santo is going to leave, that's going to affect maybe a little bit the Nottingham Forest players, obviously, and their performance. So again, we have the same situation, but different. I got Semenyo in for Wirtz already, but now Frimpong is injured. So I have Esteve, Pedro Porro, and Anderson in my defense. Sanchez in goalkeeper, midfield, Salah, Palmer, Ryan, Semenyo, and Sar. Yeah, I would not take the -4, to be honest with you. I would just play the players you have at the moment. That's why also always I advise you guys to not make so many early transfers. Now I understand that probably you got Semenyo, which is a nice player, but again, probably it was not necessarily needed in that time. But again, now that you made the transfer, I would probably not take another hit. I would just play Anderson. It's not like Anderson is a bad pick against Man United. He is also great for defensive contribution, so, and also has a little bit of an attacking threat. So I would just play the team you have at the moment. Hi Tosh, thank you so much for joining. Hi Jeremy Baker. Hi Mihail Radovac, thank you so much guys for joining the stream, really appreciate it. Leave a like also guys if you enjoyed the stream. 29 likes at the moment. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, if you enjoyed the content, obviously it is really appreciated. Do I captain Salah or Palmer? Again, if you want to copy my decision, I will captain Mohamed Salah. The fixture is clearly better for someone like Cole Palmer. Again, it really depends how you're feeling. I'm just going to go safe with Mohamed Salah. I think that he still can do some damage against Newcastle, and I just don't trust. Palmer doesn't bring me a lot of confidence right now about how he played also in Game Week 1, so it is difficult to me to captain someone like Palmer, but both are great captaincy picks. It really depends what you're going to do. Nuno to Man United. Yeah, that would be funny, but I think that there's no way that's going to happen at the moment with Amorim. Bench Dubravka, Frimpong, Guyu, and Agbadu. You could even play someone like Agbadu, to be honest with you, but again, probably they are also going to concede against Bournemouth, right? So yeah, I think that I would bench those players and play the players you have. Dubravka and Esteve, Watkins captain, what do you think? Again, I don't think that it is a bad decision to play two Burnley defenders. I just want to spread the risk a little bit, and also I want to have Sanchez in goal because I think that there's a good chance Chelsea are going to keep a clean sheet. So that's pretty much my reasoning behind my decisions. But if you want to go with double Burnley defense, again, the fixture is amazing. It's the best fixture Burnley are going to get this season. So what we're talking about, if you're not going to play them right now, then yeah, you're not going to play them anyway in any game. And with Watkins captaincy, I think that it is a nice punt. I don't know if I can call it a punt. I think that it is a great fixture for Watkins. He was amazing also in the preseason. Sadly, he blanked against Newcastle in game week 1, but Brentford, I can see some goals for Aston Villa in this game. And again, I'm just going to captain Mohamed Salah this gaming, but I don't think that Watkins is a bad captaincy option. I think that he's a good one. Do you think we play Soboslai at right back for Frimpong as Gomez is not fit and Bradley is just back to full fitness, so Bradley might not play? Yeah, I talked about this topic on the stream. I think that personally, I think that Soboslai is going to play as a right back, since I don't think that Liverpool are going to rush Bradley at least from the start. So yeah, I can see Soboslai playing as a right back, and then maybe when Bradley is going to come in, Soboslai is going to move to midfield. Hi Dan, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Dennis, I'm unsure whether to bench one of Diouf, Murillo, Esteve for Poro, or whether I should bench Arias for Poro. What would you do? Yeah, that's another tough decision for you, Eliker. I would play Murillo, Esteve, and Poro. I think that I would bench Diouf in your case, to be honest with you. I think that I would bench Diouf, but I wouldn't want to be in your place, to be honest, Eliker. Is Calafiori rotation risk? I mean, Arsenal have 20 center backs, I think. So again, Calafiori is looking like he's going to play most games for Arsenal, but I think that at some point he could be benched. Yes, if that's the question, I think that he could be benched at some point. The same goes for Timber, the same goes for White, the same goes for Zinchenko, the same goes for the new center back they bought in from Villarreal, I think, and the same goes for Lewis Kelly. I think that Gabriel Saliba is pretty much how they are going to line up every game week, the pair of center backs, and Calafiori then he can play as a right back or left back, but again they have a lot of competition in those places. So if you want to go for a defender from Arsenal, I think that just Raya, Gabriel Saliba are options at the moment in FPL. I reckon we play better without Frimpong because he's so attacking, and Soboslai has experience with the team. Yeah, of course. I mean, probably if another player is going to play instead of Frimpong, Liverpool are going to be better defensive wise, and also with Grafenberg back in the team, I expect some improvements from Liverpool. Because don't forget, guys, Gravenberg played pretty much every game week last season, and he is a really important player in the team. I feel Brentford versus Aston Villa will be tough game. I don't know. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. I mean, a tough game for Aston Villa, or a tough game for Brentford, or a tough game in general to predict, or a nice game to watch. So yeah. 32 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream, for liking, for subscribing. It is really appreciated. It really means a lot, and I really thank you for this. Our defense was so messy against Bournemouth. Yeah, Liverpool defense is not looking great at the moment in the Community Shield, in the in Game Week 1, but I expect some signs of improvement. Now let's see if we can have some news. Yeah, no, it looks like no news at the moment. Pam pam. Uh-oh. Trivedi. Yo, Dennis, I'm back. You're the best FPL channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words. Now, again, uh, I don't think that I'm the best FPL channel by some miles, but I try to help you guys. I try to do great content. Obviously, it's not going to work always for me with my predictions, with my opinions, but yeah, I'm really thankful for you guys for being here on the stream. It really means a lot to me for 20 people to be here on the stream and to have someone to talk to, obviously, on the stream. It would be really bad to have 0 people on the stream. But yeah, thanks for your words. VJ, thank you so much. I think Liverpool defenders are a big avoid right now, but I'd put on Salah, Gakpo, and Ekitike, and maybe Wirtz. Yeah, at the moment against Newcastle and Arsenal, it is not the best time to have Liverpool defenders. But from gaming 4, I think that Van Dijk is a nice option. Also, I don't get why Burnley has so much hype. I feel Sunderland will win with 2-3 goals lead. I mean, that's the overall feeling at the moment because Sunderland just scored 3 goals against West Ham. But if you look at what happened the last season between those teams, it were all the games were really close goals. Ended up 0-0, 1-0 to Burnley. So again, it doesn't really mean that it's going to happen the same in the Premier League like it happened in the Championship. But I wouldn't. Again, Burnley lost to Tottenham away, so it's not like they lost to Sunderland or to Leeds or something like that. So again, I don't want to rule Burnley out. I don't want to say at the moment Burnley are going to be the team to target. They are going to get relegated or something like that. They were the best defense, I think, in the Championship last season, Burnley. So I could see some things for them. And again, also, I don't want to judge Sunderland. Like, Sunderland are not going to score 3 goals every game. I think that they were a little bit lucky to score 3 goals against West Ham, if you ask me, from the chances they created. But yeah. Bro, your picks from end of last season were very good. Me? Thank you so much. But at least in the last gamings of the season, I'm not sure if the picks were great because I was my rank was 1k or something like that, and I finished on 4k. Now it is still a nice rank finish for me, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy, but in the last 1, 2, 3 gamings I'm not so happy about my decisions from last season, to be honest with you. I was a little bit too aggressive. Maybe I took some -4 when my rank was something like 2k or something like that, so I was a little bit aggressive, but it is what it is. The thing is, stats are available over the internet. We all can see them. We need you for your experience and advices. So thanks for these streams. Yeah, obviously, I think that it is also a really important thing for you to want to listen to me, obviously. And this is the part where I'm not so confident in myself. I don't think that, obviously, I'm not the best speaker. Let me just say it like that. There are a lot of better FPL channels who are explaining things much better than me, and fair enough to them. Obviously, I also watch other FPL channels when I have the time, obviously. But yeah, I try to improve in that aspect because the stats are for everyone. Everybody can see the stats. Everybody can make their decisions. But yeah, it is really important to enjoy watching FPL content, not just because I'm going to get a 100 rank or something like that. It really also depends how you communicate. And in this regard, I know that I have to improve a little bit. There's something going around about putting Munoz in from Gaming 2 or Gaming 4. There's something going around about... I think that Munoz is a great option. From Gaming 2 or from Gaming 4, I think that is a good option. Hi Dexter, thank you so much for joining the stream, really appreciated. 15 minutes, guys. Not just with the game result, but as a complete squad comparison. Yeah, I can agree here with you. I think that Sunderland has a better team overall, but again, it's the first game in the Premier League for Burnley at home. They're going to defend, I think, a lot. Let's see what's going to happen. Maybe you're going to be right, maybe I'm going to be wrong. Dennis, did you use your one transfer this week? No, I'm going to roll my transfer. That was my plan all along, to try to not use a transfer in game week 1. Best cap this week, if no Arsenal assets, thinking of Palmer as captain. Again, I think that Palmer is a nice captaincy option. Watkins is a nice captaincy option. If I had Haaland, I would captain him over Salah. But from there, I'm just going to captain Salah. I'm going to go safe. Palmer again, because of his performance in game week 1, it is tough for me to put him my captain. But yeah, he could smash it. If Palmer is going to turn up, he could smash it against West Ham. I'm not going to lie. This is what I have. Sanchez, Bowen, Haaland. Yeah, it's not amazing that you have Sanchez and Bowen playing against each other. The Kuiper, Salah, Palmer, Bruno, Reinders. So you're playing a 4-4-2. Really nice. I don't see how your bench is looking like, but yeah. Hi Josh BA, thank you so much for joining the stream. I have both. Who do you recommend I go between Saka and Haaland for the captaincy? Now that's really tough. I think that I think that Saka and Haaland are the best two captaincy options this game week. If you want to go safe from these two, go Haaland. If not, go Saka. I think that I would go Saka if I was into your place, because I would just want to risk it a little bit. I mean, if you can call it a risk, they're going to play against Leeds, so definitely Arsenal have the better fixture. The only problem is Saka maybe is not going to be on penalties when Gyökeres is going to be on the pitch, but still, I think that I would try to go a little bit different with Bukayo Saka in that case, but Haaland is also amazing. You do a great job. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Really appreciate it. Don't put yourself down, Dennis. I prefer watching this deadline stream to the others because you are great at it. Thank you so much, Fresh Fielder. I really appreciate your support, guys. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, again, I try to improve every day. And yeah, also I'm doing these streams because I like to talk to you, obviously, not just because I want to answer your questions in FPL. That sounded a little bit weird, but yeah. Is Chelsea West Ham 8 p.m.? Yeah, it's 8 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. My time. So yeah, Chelsea West Ham is going to be today. For this gaming, João Pedro or Evanilson, which one better option? I think that Evanilson is a better option for this gaming because of the minutes, because of the possibility of Evanilson being on penalties. Also, Cliver probably is going to be still out. Best bench: Spurs, Sar, Palasar or NJ. Best bench? I mean, to bench one of them, or I would start Njae and then Sar from Crystal Palace and then Sar from Spurs. Do what you love and love what you do, mate. Yeah, I'm enjoying these streams, and almost I mean, not almost, all of this is down to you, because if nobody would watch my channel, probably I would not stream with just 2 people on the live stream. But again, I enjoyed, and I thank you a lot, and I appreciate you being here. Who to bench? Yes, probably I would bench Sar from Spurs. So yeah, how do you think Brentford is looking this year? I think that Brentford is looking bad this year from what I saw in Game Week 1. They were pretty much trashed by Nottingham Forest, but again, let's see if they are going to sign some players. Maybe, I'm not sure if they signed already Otara. They are not looking great at the moment, not going to lie. I thought that they were not going to be that bad as people were talking about them in the preseason, but at the moment they don't look great. And if they are not going to upgrade a little bit their style, or if they're not going to bring in some players, I think that they are candidates for the relegation zone. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to stop the countdown because it's wrong. We have 10 minutes till the deadline. Make sure you're locked in. And I'm going to check also if we have some leaks from Chelsea. Yeah, not a lot. We have something. I mean, one account is saying that Sanchez, Cucurella, and Palmer are starting. I mean, no, this is a joke, I guess. Yeah, obviously they are starting. I got trapped. If I get someone in for Frimpong Gaming 3 or 4, who would you get, Dennis? From Gaming 3 or 4? Let me just look here on the Fantasy Football Hub. We go to player prediction points, defenders from Gaming 4. One sec. So 4, 4, 4, 4. Gaming 3 or 4. Okay, let's say 3. For 4, again, you can straight go for someone like Van Dijk. Someone like Gabriel. Someone like Cucurella, obviously. Now, again, it really depends which price point you want to make, because probably when we get by deadline, by Gaming 4, again, Gaming 4, now I see Munoz is playing against Sunderland at home, so probably I would just go Munoz in that case. But it really depends which moves also you will want to make, because if you're going to downgrade someone like Frimpong to a 4.5 million defender, maybe that's going to help you to upgrade elsewhere. So yeah. Hi Gamal, thank you so much for joining the stream. Start Sesko or Richarlison? I think that I would risk it with Sesko, to be honest with you. Don't really like the fixture for Richarlison. Instead of Frimpong, who's gonna fill in? Joe Gomez would probably be a good pick. Gomez is injured. I mean, not injured, but he wasn't able to train for Liverpool in the last days, so I'm not sure if he's going to start. Personally, I think that Soboslai is going to start in Gaming 2 as a right back, but let's see. And Bradley also is not fit enough at the moment. Hi Adam Wang, thank you so much for joining the stream. Who to bench? Ismail Assar, Barnes, Reinders, or Minte? So bench one of those. That's tough. Minte probably. I think that I would bench Minte or Barnes. I would bench probably Minte, I think, and start Barnes against Liverpool. Gomez isn't fit. Yeah, Gomez is not fit. I think I'm gonna captain Palmer, but I know it will be a shit weekend if it goes wrong. Yeah, again, that's another thing to take into consideration. Palmer is going to play today, and Mohamed Salah is going to play on Monday. So I'm going to feel pretty relaxed about my captaincy until Monday at least. Rory, bro, I think Endo would go before Sobo. Yeah, also Endo could play as a right back, but I don't know. I think that Liverpool is going to need the Soboslai energy on that spot, but again, they could play Leone also as a right back, the new center back they signed. But Soboslai can do that job. We saw in the preseason. Okay, so let's see. Nothing yet. Diouf is going to start for West Ham if you needed any confirmation. I mean, it's not 100% sure or something like that. But West Ham just posted this. Ready to represent in claret and blue. So probably Diouf is going to start if anyone had any doubts about Diouf. But yeah, at the moment, no surprises for Chelsea tonight. Sanchez, Correa, Palma. Bem, okay. I really want to see if João Pedro is going to start. Although I'm not honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do if João Pedro is going to be on the bench. Probably I'm just going to play Pedro Porro and roll the transfer. Nobody talking about Calvin Ramsey to play right back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. He wasn't playing a lot for Liverpool, so yeah, that's why. $34 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for liking. Hit that subscribe button also. If you're new around here, if you enjoy the content, obviously, it really means a lot. Yeah. Let me just screenshot my team. Also, what I observed also with FPL this season is that they update the game really fast right now this season. I was a little bit surprised, but yeah. Okay, I saved my team. Team gaming to pam pam pam. I'm going to play Virgil van Dijk against Isak less Newcastle ahead of Nico Williams. Thoughts, please. I don't think that's a bad decision to play Van Dijk. I mean, I know the fixture is not great against Newcastle. Obviously, Newcastle playing without Isak is pretty much good news for you because Isak is the biggest threat of Newcastle, or at least was last season. So again, he still has some attacking threat from set pieces. He's still amazing for defensive contributions. We saw that in game week 1. Is there a chance for Liverpool to get a clean sheet against Newcastle? Maybe. Would I be surprised for Liverpool to keep a clean sheet? No. But yeah, it's not amazing. But the same could happen to Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace could easily score against Forest. So I think that I would play Virgil van Dijk. Hi Dave, thank you so much for joining the stream. Hey man, how you doing? Would you go Anderson or Porro? In defense, probably I would just play Pedro Porro, I think, because of the set pieces and defensive contributions potential. 2 minutes, guys, till the deadline. Make sure your teams are locked in. Pam pam. Two minutes. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, good luck, everyone. If you're leaving, please consider leaving a like. Hi, Aviraj Chema. Thank you so much for joining. Any 4.5 million good defenders. Richards, Dorgu, Agbadu, Van de Ven. Yeah, make sure you have just 1 minute to pick your 4.5 million defender. But there are lots of lots of them. Richards, as I said before. Yeah. Anderson from Fulham. Good luck this week. Good luck, Dave. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Good luck, everyone. I'm still going to stay here after the deadline a little bit. Yeah, we didn't get any team news, team early news, guys. So sorry about that, but this is what it is. Hopefully, João Pedro is going to make the starting lineup for me. With Gravenberg is back, I think Poole can keep clean sheets. Yeah, I said it a lot. It is a huge plus for Liverpool. Gravenberg being fit. I mean, not being fit, being available. Yeah, 1 minute, guys. 15 seconds or something like that. And we are locked in, or at least we should be locked in. Yeah, let's see. I have here another page. Uh, 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 we are locked in for gaming 2, guys. Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. I'm still going to stay here at least till we get the leaks of which players are going to start for Chelsea. Pam pam. This was one of the easiest streams for me because I didn't had a lot of decisions to make. I was pretty much locked in before the stream started. Yeah. Tu. Yeah. Hi Shaggy, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. I bench boosted gaming 2 with Dubravka, Richard, Esteve, and Guyu. Good luck to you. Now again, not great having to bench boost with Guyu, but yeah, good luck all. Thank you so much, Fresh Fielder. Thank you so much, Lawrence Corcoran. Thank you so much, guys, for being here on the stream. We're going to move to Twitter to see what we can get from there, but we are locked in, and yeah, I'm just going to move here and do this. Also, guys, if you want to follow me also on other socials, you have the links in my description with my Twitter. I'm not sure if we passed 1,900 subscribers. Maybe we were really close today. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow or today maybe. Yeah, thank you so much again for all the people who subscribe to this channel. Really appreciate it. Let's go here. Pam pam. Can you give us your general Premier League predictions, top 4, 5 relegation, best signings? It is too early to talk about the best signings, to be honest with you. But at the moment, from Game Week 1, it's looking like Reinders is one of the best signings of the season, if not the best one. But again, it's too early to decide. At the moment, we have a lot of signings. Obviously, Gyökeres, Wirtz, Ekitike, maybe Isak is going to go for Liverpool. It's too early to judge. João Pedro hat-trick would be nice. Yeah, that would be amazing. So for the title, I don't know. It's going to be a battle, I think, between Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and maybe Chelsea if they're going to improve a little bit. Now, again, probably just 3 teams. It's tough for me to give a prediction at the moment. I would predict Liverpool are going to win the league, but they need to have some big upgrades in their performances to do that. So personally, I think that City or Liverpool are going to win the title, and top 4 is pretty much this one: Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. That's what I would predict. Pretty basic, I know, but yeah. And for the relegation, Burnley, Burnley, Brentford, Wolverhampton, if they're going to lose Strand Larson, maybe Sunderland. Yeah, something like this, I would say. I also forgot it about that Adama Traore is still playing for Fulham. Maybe that's bad for me. I shouldn't have said it maybe. Uh, yeah, so for Brent Cranlin, he's captaining also Palmer. So good luck, guys. If you have Palmer, if you captain him, that's amazing. He's starting also Esteve over Pedro Porro. Now I feel a little bit better about my decision because he's a great manager also. West Ham relegated, Forest relegated if they suck Nuno. I don't think that Forest are going to be relegated for purely for the fact that they have a lot of good players at the moment, better than for some team like I don't know, Burnley for an example. How many points do you predict for your team this week, Dennis? Hopefully more than the first one. Uh, yeah, I don't really like to predict how many points I'm going to get because obviously I would love to have something like over 70, something like that, but anything over 65, I think that would be decent, or at least it would be okay. So yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Yeah, nothing interesting at the moment. At least. Let's see what picked Andy. So he's going for the double Burnley defense. Dubravka, Esteve, Anderson, Nico Williams, Pedro Porro, Agbadu. Captain Palmer also for Andy. Really bold that decision. 42 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support on this stream. It really means a lot. I really appreciate it. And yeah. Hi, Jay Side. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really good to see you here, and thanks a lot for joining. Jeremy Baker, West Ham here, and relegation is a serious concern. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too harsh, but let's see. As long as you have Bone, I don't think that West Ham are going to be relegated, but yeah. You lost some players, to be honest. You lost Kudus. You have also great players. If they are going to perform, someone like Paqueta, yeah, you have decent players. But again, the performances are not great at the moment, and losing to Sunderland definitely is not great. 24 people, amazing. Thank you guys for joining. We're just going to wait here to see uh, the lineup for Chelsea, and then I'm going to end the stream. Important thing, guys, also, I'm a little bit sorry to tell you, next week I'm going to go on holiday from Tuesday, so I'm not going to be able to do the deadline stream. Now, I'm not sure if the deadline is on Friday or on Saturday, but still, the next week we're not going to have a deadline stream on this channel. But after that, hopefully I'm going to be able to do everyone. And yeah, probably I'm just going to stream before. Probably I'm going to stream Tuesday or Monday or something like that. 70 would be okay, I think, every week. Yeah, for sure. 70, it's a nice uh, point points prediction, but it really depends also how the players are going to score, because if every player is going to score 20 plus points, then again 70 points might be a little bit little. uh, so yeah, guys, don't worry if you don't see the stream next week. Don't worry, I'm not going to disappear, but I'm just going to be on holiday. I will try to prepare some videos for you this in the weekend to upload for next week, but I'm not sure how many I'm going to be able to do. So yeah, today I feel João Pedro, guys. Hopefully we're going to see a hat trick or something like that from João Pedro. That would be nice, or at least to start or at least a start for him. This is crazy. Andrew Leus, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but obviously he's also a content creator. If you want to check him out, he's a little bit different from the others. He just sold Wirtz to Gordon and he captained Gordon against Liverpool. I mean, this could literally really work out. Gordon probably is going to be also on penalties, playing as a number 9. Really interesting to see what's going to happen with this decision. Going anywhere nice? I'm going to go to Mallorca, Spain. So yeah, I'm really excited to go on a beach. I wasn't in the summer, let's just say it like that, and I'm really excited to go to the sea. Now yeah, probably it's going to be fine. How much points you got in game week 1? 55 points I've got in game week 1. I know, not great, not amazing, but we move. I'm not sure if the app is let me just, yeah, okay, so the game is updating at the moment. I wanted to show maybe my league. If you're not into my league at the moment, you can join with the link in my description if you want to join my league. Now I think that I'm going to give a prize to the person who's going to give to win my FPL league. I don't know at the moment what that prize is going to be, but probably it's going to be something symbolic. Again, I'm going to think a little bit about it. So it's looking like everybody's going bench Poro, also FPL Harry, a great manager. This means one thing: Pedro Poro is going to haul, and Burnley are going to concede to minimum 2 goals or something like that. So yeah, don't stress too much, guys. That's what's going to happen. Have a great time. Lows is pronounced Lows. Okay. Okay. Yeah, didn't know that. Thank you so much for the clarification. So it's laws, right? Like breaking the law. I'm in your league. Team name Mamar Dashvili Vanili. That's a nice team name. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for joining the link, for being here on the stream. It really means a lot. Again, my content is free and hopefully it's going to be helpful for you. That's the main thing. If you have any advice for me, at the moment I'm in a period where I'm trying to see what is of interest to people, because I'm trying more formats of videos. If you watch my videos last week and 2 weeks earlier. I'm just trying to see which videos are going to be more useful for you. For an example, this week I posted a video about talking about the captaincy options, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure if that's that helpful to everyone, because everybody knows that Salah, Haaland, Palmer, Saka are great captaincy options, and I just try to rank them obviously by my preferences, but I'm just not sure if that's that helpful to everyone. Have a nice gaming, boys. Relax, it's just FPL. Now I'm starting to feel it killing me again. Thank you so much, Radu Christian, for joining the stream, for being here this evening. I wish you a great weekend also, and also for the rest of the evening to be nice. And hopefully Chelsea are going to smash it today for us in FPL. Thanks a lot for joining. Okay, so we have the lineups. Yes, João Pedro is starting, and also is starting with Delap. Now that's interesting. So the prediction I showed you in the stream, having Delap and João Pedro starting, was right. So Sanchez, Gusto, Chalobah, Tosin, Cucurella, no surprises here. Caicedo and Enzo defensive midfielders. Is Palmer going to play on the right, or am I missing something? Does that mean João Pedro is going to play as a number 10? Neto on the left, Palmer on the right, and Delap as a number 9? That would be amazing also for Palmer and also for João Pedro. Bone or Njae. Hi Rishi, Goodipati. I would play probably Njae, but the deadline has just passed, so sadly for you, you can't make any changes right now. Let's go Chelsea. Bro, we are scoring 6 or it will be the worst game ever. So am I right, Radu Christian? Is Palmer finally going to play again as a right winger or something like that? As a viewer in FPL, I like when creator is direct about the question asked. Like if I say, can I captain Palmer? Either yes or no, and then reason. Don't like the answer. Maybe you can go there, but don't go. Yeah, sorry, Dexter. I'm not sure if in which category I am as a content creator. Hopefully, I try to be direct, but in some cases, I'm honest and maybe I'm not asking all the questions. And maybe that's a mistake, obviously, for me. So I try to be precise and straightforward. And what I like, what I'm trying to do is to say what I would do if I was in your place. This is pretty much my answer. Again, every person is different. Everyone is making different decisions. But if I was in your place, this is what I will do. That's what I'm trying to say. Toss him back. It can also be Palmer 10, João left, Pedro right. Let's hope it isn't. Yeah, for sure. I just think that Pedro Porro. I just think that João Pedro, Maresca talked about João Pedro being able to play also as a number 9, as a number 10, and also on the wing. But we all know that João Pedro better position probably is as a number 10 or as a number 9. So hopefully that's how it's going to be. If they beat us with Suchek and in the midfield, we're done, man. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for joining. Let's see also the team for West Ham, but it is looking good, not going to lie. So West Ham is Hermasen, Diouf, yeah, no surprises here. Paqueta, Fulkrug, Bowen, again. Okay, so overall, really happy. Really happy with the lineup for Chelsea. Didn't expect João Pedro and Delap, both of them to start, but here we go. No, you are direct. That I like, which is why I like you. Thank you so much, Dexter. In some parts, in some circumstances, I feel like I'm not that direct, but I try to be. Obviously, now again, if I'm going to go wrong, it is what it is. It is just my opinion. If you're going to take my advice and then be mad about me about giving that advice, I don't think that's that nice from you. Again, not talking about you, talking in general about a lot of people criticizing the content creators for making their decisions. But at the end of the day, you're going to make your decisions, and I'm here to just present my opinion and some stats, some statistics, or yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't like the other general creators which say mixed answers that confuse me. Again, I'm sure they are trying their best also to answer your questions. Now again, every person is different and the thinking process is not the same for everybody, and there are some questions maybe sometime maybe I don't even know which is the best answer, but I try to give an answer for sure. But again, if you ask me something like would you start Pedro Porro or Dorgu in Gaming 2, I think that it is really close. I think that that's a really close question. But probably I would start Dorgu. So yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. 22 people on the live stream. Guys, if you're still going to be here that many, I can't really go. So not saying that you should go or something like that, but yeah. If you want to talk a little bit more, we can do that. But I'm not going to stay too much. I'm a little bit hungry, to be honest with you. It's 9 p.m. in Romania. Now, really interested to see how Chelsea are going to play. But if Palmer is going to finally play as the right winger, that would be amazing for us in FPL. So yeah. Whom do you support, by the way? Kotak. I'm a Liverpool fan. If you didn't get that on stream, I'm a Liverpool fan. So maybe I'm a little bit biased, but with FPL, I try to be a little bit not subjective. So yeah, your advices have been best for me since I have subscribed. Thank you so much, Dexter. That's really making me feel good. I'm going to be honest. That's the point. I really wish my advices, my answers are going to help you guys in FPL. That's pretty much the the point of me making FPL content, obviously. So yeah, bro, I'm out. Have like 20 minutes to get home and get me full dressed in one of my Chelsea shirts. Have a nice one. Give it a like, boys. Thank you so much, Rado Christian, again for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Also, everybody, thank you so much for joining the stream. Leave a like on the stream if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I'm not sure if I hit 1900 subscribers, but thanks a lot for subscribing. If you enjoy this content, it really means a lot. I think that also I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to stay to see if any of you have any other questions, but then I'm going to leave it here and I'm going to see you next time. Maybe at some point also, guys, if you're interested, we can do a watch along when an important game or something that is played in terms of FPL at least. So yeah, we can try to do that sometime, but yeah, we need to see. Okay, I think that I'm going to leave it here. I wish everybody to have a nice evening. Also a nice weekend. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I feel like I'm thanking too much, but I just feel like I want to say it, you know. Thanks a lot for joining the stream. It really means a lot. I really appreciate it. And And yeah, hopefully I helped you a little bit. I'm going to keep you posted with the content next week. Next week we're not going to have a deadline stream, sadly, because I'm going to be on vacation, on holiday. But after that, we're going to have deadline streams pretty much every game week. And again, I'm going to try to prepare a lot of videos for you guys this week also. Although I'm not going to be here in Romania, I'm going to work on some videos tomorrow and on Sunday. Thanks a lot for being here. Hey Dennis, how are you doing today? Ibrahim Ali, thank you so much for joining the stream real late. I'm doing fine, just ending the deadline stream. A little bit tired, to be honest with you, and a little bit hungry. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining. I'm going to leave, and hopefully I'm going to see you again next time. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining. Leave a like, guys. See you next time. Bye. Have a nice evening and a nice weekend.